All right. Hello. Welcome to the art gym, everybody. Gonna be doing some Orthoptera, I think is how you say it. Group of animals today, also known as crickers. Crickets. let me try again. Hi, I'm Casey. I bumble. Crickets and grasshoppers. That's what I'm trying to say. Good old crickers and grass hippets. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, I've been wanting to study these guys for a while, and it's insect week apparently. I don't know who decides these things, but apparently it's insect week, and I was like, this is a great excuse to draw some good old crickers. One of my favorite bugs as a kid, for sure. I used to catch crickets and try to keep them as pets. It never really worked, but you know, I ended up feeling bad for them and dumping them outside after like half a day. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, E-Tag. Thank you so much for that sub. Oh my goodness. I appreciate you using your Prime here. I'm honored. Thank you so much. I think you're already in the sub zoo. Would you like me to add anything to your sub doodle? Let me know if there's anything I can add. Let me check. I think you're in here. I feel like I remember drawing something for you for Kaijun. For anyone who doesn't know, happy Kaijun, by the way. Yeah, I'm doing a Kaijun-themed sub-zoo this month. It's only the second month I've done this, but I feel like I remember writing your name on one of these somewhere. And if not, let me know. Let me know what I could put you as. Are you in here? I don't remember. You were bear for the first one, but you don't think you got the kaiju. Oh, would you like a kaiju? Can I add you to the list? Would you like to be a kaiju? Maybe I'm remembering last month writing your name. Well, thank you so much. Sorry, it's been a little overwhelming, but if you'd like to be in the sub-zoo, it's a crazy zoo, right, Neil? I finally caught up. There's some people who never gave me a thing to draw for them, so I'm just going to add you to the list, E-Tac, and whenever you're ready, let me know if you'd like to be in the sub-zoo. This is the JPEG. Hold on. Hold on. You can find the sub-zoo file in the Discord in the stream events section. There we go. There's the file that I can actually work on. Let me write your name down. Yeah, it's a zoo. It's quite the zoo. Yeah, there's me. I'm the zookeeper. Don't worry, I'm big too, so I'm totally safe. Everything's fine. Everything's kosher. Everyone gets along. Forest Puppy, yeah, they just kind of really, they really only want to destroy buildings, you see. So they really like each other, the kaiju. It's just the buildings that they hate. So it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, last month was just normal animal zoo. And they were fine too. So you know what? We figured we'd expand. And now we're doing Kaijun. But yeah, anyway. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. And thank you, everybody, for being here early, by the way. I meant to get a post out about it earlier this morning, just to remind people that, hey, we're toward the end of the push. We'll see. We'll see if we make it. But so far, so good. And I appreciate people showing up early because that does help. But yeah, if you want a copy of this, if you're in the sub-zoo, go check out the Discord, and you can find yourself on there if you've got one. I'll also post a colorable version at the end of the month. I'll add some more buildings and stuff and make it like a scene if anybody wants to do that. But yeah, just let me know. Could you be a large gecko? Absolutely, you could be a large gecko. Let's see, large gecko. We'll come back to this in just a minute, but I'm gonna write you down. I'll definitely make you be a large gecko. Yeah, people have been doing all kinds of stuff like Godzilla animals, Godzilla themselves. Got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in here. Like, it doesn't have to be a Godzilla kaiju at all. Plenty of people have had me design a kaiju for them. Okay, let's get the art gem started real quick. And you're driving to Orlando. Oh, nice. Well, have a good drive, and thank you for being here, Pyro. Let me say hi to everybody and kind of introduce the art gym and how it works. For anyone who's new here, if you don't know what the art gym is, it's kind of like a study session, basically, where we kind of take an accountability hour or so to draw together, do some observational drawing. It's kind of like accountability to just do the stuff that artists don't tend to want to do, which is draw from observation. So if you want to share at the end your studies, as long as they're drawn from reference or observation, or if they're like foundational art practice, feel free to drop it in the art gym section of the Discord. Here's a Discord link if anyone needs it. And then, of course, if you have other art to share... Oh, that's not how you spell that. Discord. Discord. Jeez Louise. Feel free to drop any other art that's not from observation or reference in like art share, works in progress share. We also have the monthly art showcase So if you have like one piece you're really proud of and you want to show that off, we'll be doing that next week, actually, on Wednesday is the showcase. I need to make an event for that in Discord. But do go in there and make sure that you haven't already posted something. There's sometimes people accidentally forget they've already posted something earlier in the month, so just double check. We want to make sure it's one piece per person per month. Oh my gosh, Dally! Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for raiding in and bringing your community here. Welcome in, raiders from Dally's community. My name is Casey. I am currently pushing for partner, but when I'm not doing that, I'm typically just drawing here on Twitch, so if you want to hang out, feel free. Thank you for getting that shut up for Amaze. Dally, what did you get up to? If you have anything work safe you want to share, I'd love to see it. Feel free to drop a link in the chat. And you guys should all be following Dally if you aren't already. Does awesome art. Really great stuff. Does great studies with us sometimes. Also just does incredible illustrations. Works in the industry. Like, you should definitely go hang out with Dally. For anyone coming in from the raid who maybe hasn't met me before, I'll just do a quick intro. We're about to start the art gym, which is here's what we did last time, for example. So here was the giraffe day. We did some giraffe studies. We did figure drawing the other day. So we do all kinds of like art, observational drawing, like art practice. It's just kind of like a study session where we can learn about anatomy, learn about how to study versus copy, and we kind of talk about all that stuff. So we're about to get into today's topic, which I've picked crickets and grasshoppers, but if you don't want to draw that, you can also choose anything else that you'd like to study, and as long as it's work safe, feel free to share what you've worked on, and we'll look at it at the end of stream. So in about an hour and a half-ish, typically. You'll send some gifts. Perfect. Well, while I'm waiting, here is some of my other stuff that I do. And if anyone wants to help with the push, by the way, this is what we're doing. I'm trying to push for Save the Vaquita Day. And here is my little blurb about that. So welcome in. If you want to help with that, you can just lurk. Lurking is super helpful. And it's going to help me get partners so that I can get Save the Vaquita Day on the front page. So the vaquita porpoise is a highly endangered porpoise. I wasn't going to push for partner, and then I started realizing, like, oh, it'd be really cool to be able to get on the front page in time for this. But in order to be on the front page, you basically more or less have to be a partner. There's some exceptions, but I think it'd be really cool to be able to talk about this to everybody on Twitch for an hour. And if you want to help me achieve that goal, just lurk. Lurking is how we make that happen. I have to get my numbers up to 75 average viewers. We just got started, so it's really helpful to have a higher view count at the beginning of the stream. That way, as people trickle in, it kind of makes it a little easier to catch up to that 75. But if anyone wants to help, feel free to lurk. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, Dally, no worries. You're going to leave a lurk. Thank you, and enjoy your session. I hope it goes well. What was the bug? The one that I just showed was a grasshopper of some kind. I have it written down in my Pinterest. There's a link at the top of chat. Thank you, Maze. If anyone wants to click that, if you need references, feel free to check that out. But let's see what Dally got up to first. Where's that opening? Where did that open? Oh, here we go. It's hiding. Aw, did you make this on stream? It's so cute! Oh my gosh, Dally, I love this! I didn't know you did animation on stream. That's super cute! Oh my gosh, is this going to be an emote? Or is it just for fun? Oh, I have so many questions. I know you said you had to lurk, so I'll ask you questions later, but this looks so great. Guys, go follow Dally if you aren't already. Super, super cute. And does great art. You'll have a good time over there. And thank you so much for bringing your community in. I really love this. This is adorable. Always fun to see people animating on Twitch. I've been meeting quite a lot of animators lately. Yeah, I know, right, Amaze? I didn't know Dally animated. I mean, I know Dally worked on games and stuff, but that's super awesome. It looks great. Super, super good. Well, I will definitely be watching your VOD back to see if I can see how you did that. But for anyone, again, who hasn't been here before, my name is Casey. Typically, when you come in here, I'm usually just working on illustrations, especially in the afternoon. I stream twice on Mondays and twice on Wednesdays. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in the morning at this time, we do something called the Art Gym. So we'll get back to that in just a second. But if you want to see my work, this is kind of the type of stuff that I do. I'm trying to get into book illustration, maybe like book covers, board game art. Have some of my own projects I love to see like get off the ground someday. All kinds of stuff in the works that I'd love to accomplish. And thank you for helping me accomplish that by just hanging out. Honestly, it means a lot. I've been trying to break into the industry for like almost 10 years now. So it's very encouraging to have people hanging out here and helping, just helping signal boost by just lurking. It means the world. So thanks again for coming in. I have a comic if you want to read that. hopefully I can pick that up later this year. It's always sort of a plan. I also do sculpting. So real quick, let me introduce a sculpture here. I've got a sculpture I haven't shown you guys in a while because it's been stored away. But I'll show you guys this one. This is a dragon sculpture I made years and years ago. But this is an example of one that I would only sell in person because it's, well, it's kind of delicate. Got these little spines. I don't think that would survive shipping, like, at all. And one day I'll paint this, probably on stream. But it's a pretty old Sculpey sculpture. But usually that's what I do. I do Sculpey. So here's another one that we've painted on stream. This is a sea slug dragon design based on a drawing that I made. And yeah, that's what I do. So welcome on in. Okay. Let me scroll up and finish saying hi to everybody, and then I will do the sub-zoo thing here in a sec. Let me get that ready so that I don't forget. Or actually, maybe I should leave the art gym up. Sorry, I'm indecisive. I'm also not fully awake today. But yeah, we're gonna be doing the art gym studies here in just a minute. So if you want to get started, please don't feel like you gotta wait on me ever. Sometimes it takes me a minute to greet everybody, but I always like to say hi because I just appreciate everybody being here. So feel free though, if anyone came in from the raid and you want to see more of my work, here is my socials if you need them. So Marcus, welcome in. Thank you for the save right off the bat. Appreciate that. Neil, just another Monday, time to go to the gym. Wait, it's a dance party. I love it. Thank you for using your fun emotes. And congrats on getting first, Marcus. And second, Brazen. I appreciate you both. Silvolp, welcome in, welcome in. As always, appreciate you lurking. Amaze, hello. Thank you for being here as well. Jack Lantern Art, great emotes. Welcome in. Auroran and Pyro and Artie Gob. And who else do we have? Oh, look at all those Vikito emotes. You guys are so great. Miss Art Rules, hello. Yes, we do have a partner push emote now. It's up for the duration of the push. Made by Turgus. You guys want to use that around? Turgus actually said that was free for grabs. So if anybody wants to download that, it's in my Discord in the stream event section. I think it's also in general. So feel free to go download that if you like. Community time, good morning. And of course, who else do we have? Lithium Art. And... I'm glad you like the tunes. Forest Puppy Cat, hello, and also welcome back if I didn't say that before. Durandria, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Is everybody hydrated and stretched? And I hope you have a good drive with Suntroa. Pyro, you guys be safe out there. Has anyone ever considered if we gave giant kaiju lots of Jenga, we could all live in harmony? Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Hey Pumpkin Pie, how are you? It's good to see you. Why is this music so slow? I feel like I need a little bit more amped music today. Hold on. Let's switch. As much as I love that OST, let's do something a little more amped. Get me woke up for the day. Zinzin, hello, hello, welcome in. Appreciate you coming by. And I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, please don't be offended. Just say hi again. It's not intentional. Flora Lion, I don't know if I said hi, but hello. Let me find out what this bug is for you if you're still interested. I'm not sure if you're still here, but I'll see if I can find out. You're too uncomfortable with crickets to do that, so you just... Oh, that's okay. Yeah, do whatever you'd like. I know bugs aren't everybody's thing, so if you don't want to study insects, don't feel like you have to. But it is insect week, so we are going to be doing... I think on Wednesday we'll be doing something else. I can't remember which bug I picked, but... I just like their hoppy legs, and I kind of want to know more about how they work, and like I kind of want to incorporate more of like the armored structure of a grasshopper like kind of into creature design too. I feel like it'd be really useful for that. So I've been kind of meaning to do more specific bug studies for a while, so I decided to just do it today. I didn't think about people not enjoying bugs. Sorry if anybody who's lurking through the push anyway. I appreciate you tolerating the bugs. Hey Dracon, how are you? It's good to see you. Beans, hello, you're not late at all. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you, Moxie, for dropping by as well. It's good to have you in here. Who else have I missed? I think I've missed Michael Howe. Hey, it's good to see you too. Still haven't heard back from Denver FanX. I'm pretty bummed, but I'm assuming I didn't get in. But maybe I'll be able to sneak over there on Sunday or something and say hi. Yeah, the useful tool. Yeah, I should probably name that better, but it's basically tutorials. It's like kind of a mixture of things. It's not just tutorials. It's kind of like helpful information about art making or like structure or foundational stuff. I don't know. It's kind of a mixture. I think that's why I didn't call it tutorials. But yeah, feel free to poke around on the reference board. I try to keep it useful. You've been looking forward to this all week. Aw, thank you, Jack Lantern. That is so kind. Listen, I'm flattered that you're excited to be here. I feel like I just kind of get on the internet and flail. So anybody who looks forward to that, you're making my day. So thank you. That's very kind of you to let me know. What kind of material? I use Sculpey. Yeah. Yeah, some of them can be really pretty. I will say if you're not a big fan of bugs, you may not enjoy the Pinterest board at the top. There are a few that I think look really cool, but I can see how some people would find them a little bit creepy. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of cool designs in these creatures. A lot of cool... I don't know. Like, I had never heard of this, whatever this thing is called. It's like I think its scientific name is like Monstroso. It looks like a fantasy cricket. I think it's like a sand dune cricket or a dune cricket. It looks crazy. It's got like swirly things on its tail. It looks like somebody made this animal up. And then there's also one I'd never heard of called a horsehead grasshopper, which, okay, I don't think this will be scary, but I guess avert your eyes if you don't like strange-faced grasshoppers. I think it is the derpiest animal I've ever seen in my life, and it looks so congenial. So I'm going to put it on screen, so fair warning if you don't like, I guess, grasshopper faces, but you guys look at this thing. I mean, if you want to, look at this thing. Like, is this not the derpiest? Just looking at it makes me laugh. It looks like a cartoon character. It's got like a little derpy smile, and like he just looks kind of confused but happy to be invited. You know what I mean? I've never heard of this animal. But yeah, it's called a horsehead grasshopper. Like he just literally looks like he's just so excited to be included in the group, but has no idea what's going on. Yeah, Puff the Magic Dragon, exactly. I don't know. I thought it was really funny, and I may do a study of one. Hey, Queen Snowpea, how you doing? Bugs need love too. I agree. Dropping in for a lurk. Thank you, Silver Grains. That's honestly really kind. I super appreciate that. Again, if anybody wants to help with the push, that's all. You don't have to follow. You don't have to do anything. Just if you just want to lurk and hang out, it really does help a lot. The sooner we can get to 75 viewers and then get over that, the easier it is for me to get those numbers. And then that way I don't have to like panic. So thank you guys for helping me not panic. Yeah, I appreciate that, Michael. I did let them know that I could be on their like last minute fill in a spot list. So we'll see. But I think the person I emailed is out of office until tomorrow. So who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Never thought about the more fine points of grasshoppers anatomy. Yeah. Like I found this really great page. I ended up pinning. Here, I'll just show you guys. This is the Pinterest board if you want to look at it. But I'm really interested in like obviously the hopping mechanism. But I found this really great page that breaks down their anatomy and talks about like how it works and like it tells you a whole lot of information about like how they function. Like the parts of the wing anatomy is really interesting. I don't know. I thought it was interesting, and I'll definitely be taking a close look at like the armored thorax and kind of they have this like almost like a cape looking hood structure around what we would call the shoulders, I guess. I think it's kind of cool. Like this thing, like look at this. This has like character design written all over it. This little thorax shield, I guess. I don't know. I kind of want to study these guys. I think they have really interesting anatomy, and I think it'd be really useful for a lot of different design elements. So I've tried to pick a really pretty one here. Let me see what this one is called. So somebody asked earlier. This one, I don't know if it has a name, but it has a scientific name that I'll post in the chat if you want to look it up. But there it is. Let me see if there's actually a name to go with that. Oh, they're commonly called mud crickets, apparently. That's the common name is a mud cricket. But like, look at this one. This is so pretty. I think they live in Costa Rica. They're like a jungle cricket. But I think that's actually really pretty. Like, I think there's a lot of really cool colors here. And I was also kind of learning the difference between a cricket and a grasshopper, and I still haven't quite figured it out. I think these might actually be grasshoppers, even though they're locally called mud crickets. Yeah, they're often metallic, it says, which I think is pretty cool. So anyway, it's a whole family, but I don't know if this one has like a specific name. But there's the scientific name in the chat if you want to read it. Okay. Ganamu, welcome in, by the way. I'm so sorry. Let's see. I didn't mean to ignore anybody. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? It does look like a cartoon horse, yeah. It does sound like a band name, the Horsehead Grasshoppers, yeah. Have I changed my mic? I don't think so. Why does it sound bad? What did I do? It might be breaking. I don't think so. Is it not picking up on my voice? Or is it too loud? Am I too close? I have adjusted the position a few times. Let me know if I need to adjust anything. Jaunty Jackalope, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate that a lot. And thank you to anybody who has been sharing sharing the Twitch links or raiding in or suggesting as raids, or I've been seeing people shouting out when I'm offline. Like, I really appreciate all that stuff. It helps a lot. And you guys, I seriously can't wait to not be pushing anymore. I feel so strange. Like, this is more self-promo than I think I've ever done, and it's a little bit, it's weird. It's weird, and I don't know. I'm just ready to, like, hopefully it will go well and I can get accepted on the first go. I'm gonna try. I think if things continue to go the way that they have, I think I'll be able to apply next Tuesday. That should be my 16th day of hitting the average. Now once I apply, that doesn't mean the push is over, because like if they come in and like look at my stream and like numbers are down, then they might still say no. So like I'll apply and then we'll basically just have to like try to hold out until I hear back from them. So it'll just be crickets for a few, who knows how long. Hopefully just days. Possibly as long as more than days. I don't know. But I really appreciate everybody coming and hanging out and showing up. And I've been seeing people sharing the link in like other Discords and stuff, and it just means a lot. So thank you all very much. I really appreciate that. Now, I actually don't want to jump right into this picture. Yeah, you see what I did there, Miss Art Rules? I think I'm going to hang on to this one actually, because I want to study the anatomy a little bit first. I prefer to do anatomy studies before I jump into an actual like reference photo, just because I think it explains more. It like helps me understand more of what I'm looking at. So I think I'm gonna do that. Hey, Jason Enos, thank you so much for being in. Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you remembering and coming and hanging out. I didn't do a great job this morning of posting my link, my stream link anywhere. I'll try and do better this afternoon. I posted on Blue Sky and I posted on my Instagram stories, and I think that's it. So yeah, I didn't do the best job today. Okay, where is my anatomy thing I had? All right, I mostly want to study the leg. This is a big one for me, so I'm gonna pull this up, and then I think I also want to study kind of the trunk. So let's actually put this over here. I think that would be good. Sounds good. Okay, just different, huh? Maybe you only watched recently my other setup. Oh, you're used to me being at, so you haven't been in since I was at my apartment? Yeah, for the art gym? Yeah. It's a way better setup here. It's yeah, I'm using my webcam mic at my apartment. So the only reason I was doing that for a while was because I actually couldn't stream from the studio because I was having like so many tech issues here. My stream was crashing, my computer was crashing constantly, my internet wasn't working, OBS was crashing, like it was not a good time. So I couldn't stream from here for like a month, unfortunately. I think I even canceled afternoon streams. It was not a good time. So yeah, this is my studio. Welcome to my studio. Hey, Cold Case, by the way, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. And Artie God, how do you draw the skeleton? So you draw the exoskeleton. Yeah, so you can still learn anatomy. Anatomy doesn't just mean skeleton. It just means like how something is put together. You know, like cars have anatomy. Trees have anatomy. Like I just want to do a quick little like structure anatomy study. And I know you're being silly. But yeah, for those who don't know, the bugs don't have a skeleton. They have an exoskeleton, which means the outside is hard. That's the bone structure that holds them together. Very different design than what we are. Let's see. Hello, Lodnin. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Cricket studies for days? Gosh, I hope not. I hope not. Other than front page, possibly. Is there anything more you're hoping? Yeah, so with partner, so it'd be really cool to have more emotes too. I have like 25 emotes that are written down that I've been wanting to make for a while. But I actually would like to do something. So for a while, I've been thinking about doing this thing called Casey's Creature feature. And I wasn't really sure how to like incorporate that, but I was thinking the other day, like maybe a good way to do that would be to like, yeah, find organizations that are helping, like maybe do like a conservation spotlight or something. Because conservation is definitely something that has always been kind of, I don't know, just held a special place in my heart ever since I was a kid. I definitely grew up watching Animal Planet and Steve Irwin and like animal documentaries and reading books like, you know, Born Free and reading stories about animals on the brink of extinction. And so like that's always been something that I've really wanted to like be a part of helping with. And so I my goal would be to, I don't know about monthly, but maybe just do like front page applications throughout the year to spotlight different like creatures that need help or organizations that are doing boots on the ground work. I think I'd like to really look into a lot more like boots on the ground organizations and maybe do like a feature for them and maybe partner or something with them. So that's kind of one goal with partner. I guess the thing about partner is like, I'm not really sure like what changes when you become a partner, quite frankly. I don't know, like I've heard that supposedly you get like more opportunities with Twitch. I don't know what that looks like. So it might be something where I just don't know what I can do until I have that. I know that if I make it to TwitchCon, I get to go to a partner party, but I'm really shy, so I don't even know if I'll like, if I did go, I'd probably just like stand on the side and watch and then like scoot out the door. Like I don't know that I would actually like mingle or anything. I don't know. I'm a little intimidated by TwitchCon still. Like I want to go, but I don't know what to expect. And I don't know if anyone out there has ideas. But yeah, right now that's kind of what I'm thinking is like I'd like to do some kind of like a creature feature, like a regular session where it's like, hey, we're kind of learning about this animal or like this organization doing this really cool work to help endangered species or something. Rambling Court Jester, welcome in. Bugs Bunny won't accept files on Google Drive. He'll only accept a WhatsApp doc. Hold on. Everyone stop. I have to find my cheese. Hurl the cheese right at Jester. Thank you. Welcome in. Let's see. Nahaya, welcome in. Hello. Sorry, I've missed some people here in chat. Oh, also my music just got really loud. I apologize. It's a little too triumphant there. PJ, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here, PJ. Hope you're doing well. And good morning to you as well. You thought you got more money? No, as partners, so I think that used to be the case. I'm going to do a study while we chat. And then I haven't forgotten ETAC. Is it ETAC or ETAC? Either way, I haven't forgotten about your sub doodle. I will do that in just a second. But yeah, I think it used to be the case that you could basically negotiate a deal with Twitch to get a greater revenue cut when you're a partner, but I think that's actually the Plus program now. So technically that's open to me now as an affiliate. It's just that you have to have like so many subs. Like it's basically like, and it's not just gift subs. So like gift subs don't count. So like if you scroll down on my main page, twitch.tv/CaseySnowArt, and you scroll down, you'll see a little thing that's like a partner. It's not a partner. It's a plus gauge that you can enable. I think I have mine turned on. Yeah, so if you go on the page and scroll, you'll see this. Actually, this is as close as I've ever been, actually, to getting it. But you have to have 100 points to reach level 1. And you can click this breakdown and it shows you. But level 1, it gives me a 60-40 revenue share. Level 2 gives me a 70-30. So the only way to basically have a higher revenue share is to have more individuals, like subs. So like there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. And obviously the higher tier gets more points. So like I think if I had like 20 like tier 3 subs, I would hit it. But that's a lot more money. I don't know how much tier 3 is. I think it's like $20 a month or something. So I don't know. I don't really advertise this typically because I don't, it just feels so unreasonable, like so high. Like I just don't think, especially because it doesn't count gift subs or prime subs for this. It just makes it really out of reach, I think, for a lot of people who are smaller streamers like myself. I think it's more reasonable for streamers who have like thousands of viewers maybe, but I don't know. If that ever happens, maybe one day we'll talk about it. But I can't even believe that I'm pushing for partner right now. So like the plus program is not a thing I'm even contemplating at the moment. That made you laugh out loud. It was a pretty good joke, right, Jack? Hey, username, how are you? Oh, look at your little dancing emote. So cute. I think how you combine art with science conversation is a good mix. Oh, thanks, Neil. I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of here rambling about stuff that I like. So I'm really glad that you guys enjoy it too. But no, partner mostly has benefits, I think, in so your VODs, the amount of storage time you get, I think with as an affiliate, I think it's like 2 weeks, right? And as a partner, you get like a month or something, so it extends that quite a bit. Right now, I actually have a Prime's, like not a Prime, a Turbo. I'm trying out Turbo because they had like a deal going on, and I think I get extended VOD storage with that too. So like it kind of, basically you can either get it automatically or you can pay for it. And then I think you also get some other like bitrate stuff that doesn't really affect me because I'm not really like a game streamer, I guess. But mostly I think with partner, it's the front page for me with being able to spread awareness, I think was what actually kind of made me want to push. Because like I've said it before, but I wasn't going to push for partner. I know a lot of people said that I should, but I don't know. It's such a strange place to put yourself in, I think, or at least for me. That's how I feel. But then when I started thinking about how I could like spotlight the vaquita, for example, which for those who don't know, highly endangered porpoise, there's fewer than 20 left and they really need our help. And so to be able to spread the word about that animal and to be able to talk about some boots on the ground organizations that are actively helping with this creature, some ways people can get involved, I think that's worthwhile. And so that's ultimately what made me decide to push for partner. I mean, I guess for like the art side of things, I guess the greater visibility is helpful. Like part of the reason I even stream on Twitch is to try and like meet other artists and meet other people in the industry. And it's definitely like a huge part of what I feel like I've been missing since I left teaching. For those who don't know, I used to be a teacher, an elementary school art teacher, so nothing fancy. But I just didn't know anybody in the field. And it's been really hard over the last like off and on decade, basically, trying to make connections on social media. It's very hard to rise to the top there. And I started getting on Twitch just because there were artists that I enjoyed, whose art I enjoyed, that I could like talk to and interact with here. And, it's turned into like, oh, like I actually kind of know some people a little bit now. I mean, I don't know. So for me, I guess partner is kind of mostly about front page spotlighting of endangered species, but it's also helpful to like, yeah, just like you guys being here is helping me meet more people in a roundabout way, because you guys hanging out and lurking means that I'm going to be pushed up higher in the recommendeds because of view count, which means I have a greater chance of running into, like other artists or other industry pros that could potentially like give me work or just kind of know that I exist. Because it turns out if nobody knows you exist, they can't hire you. Funny story. So my years of lurking on the internet and being terrified of art community have not paid off, FYI. And if you are somebody out there listening who is trying to get into the industry and struggling, but you're also like me and you're terrified of talking to people, just so you know, it doesn't really pan out very easily. I think some people get lucky and they don't ever have to, meet other industry folks, but I have not been that way. It has not been a lucky time for me. It has been a struggle bus for about 8 years. So, I'm ready to get off the struggle bus. Basically, I'm tired of struggling and feeling like I'm just spinning my wheels. And that's mostly what got me like even trying to interact with people on Twitch, because I did stream on Twitch years ago and I actually have off and on streamed for years on Twitch, but I never interacted with anybody. I was too intimidated. It's like, oh, like all these artists are so amazing, all these communities are so cool, like I just won't fit in, like I don't belong here, like I don't know, just all that imposter syndrome stuff that I think a lot of artists struggle with, where you just don't feel like you're good enough for anything ever. And so yeah, I kind of fell into that trap for the better part of a decade, I would say. And then finally just was like, great, this is clearly not working. I guess I'm just gonna have to face my fear and probably make an idiot of myself and just interact in community. And that's definitely been a more helpful method for me. I don't know if anyone else out there needed to hear that, but if you're just lurking and hoping that opportunities fall through your ceiling, I guess, like I did for a long time. Spoiler alert, doesn't happen. For most of us, does not happen. For some people, it might. Sure didn't happen for me. So I highly recommend Twitch as a place to start meeting art community and to start trying to find people who are into the same art that you're into the same industries that you're into. Like, I was talking to a friend yesterday about how there's a ton of animation folks here on Twitch, and if you're trying to get into animation, I mean, a lot of that is just finding people who I don't know, that you click with. I mean, it's just like any job, right? Like any industry, it's just about like knowing people. like nobody's gonna just very rarely is somebody gonna randomly find you on Instagram and just be like, oh, I'm gonna hire this person. You know, you hear stories about that, and everybody hopes that that's the way it works for them, right? Because that would be nice and easy. But for most of us, it doesn't happen that way, and it's not necessarily like a, oh, take this personally, you know, like you're not good enough. It's just, that's just not how, people don't have time to be scrolling Instagram looking for people to hire. You know, they're busy with their own projects. So anyway, that's been my journey. I don't even know if that even fully answered the question that was asked, but so what am I hoping for partner? Well, mostly front page for like creature spotlights is kind of my plan right now, but that may change. I don't know. Maybe I launch a Kickstarter someday and I want to promote it. You know, that could be something that I could use the front page for. So, let's see. Hey, Dr. Hubs, how are you? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well, by the way. I'm trying to see. I feel like I've missed something in chat. Hold on, let me scroll up a little bit. I've been to a number of cons already. Years ago, yes, I've been to. I haven't really. I went to a little con in March, but I mean, it was very small. I think when you come Carter, Twitch sends you a cowboy hat and boots. Yanni, I will hold you to that. And if that doesn't happen, I'll be very sad and I'll come looking for you. Let's see. Yeah, Carbones, exactly. Let's see. I've missed somebody, I can tell. I know that I've missed somebody. I'm sorry if anybody said something that I missed. Let me keep scrolling. I try not to, but sometimes I'm bad at reading chat. Oh, Brazen, I did not. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at I get so many DMs. It's gotten to the point over the last like month and a half where I don't see the red number anymore. But if you have something you want to share, like a short, just put it in the video, the vid share section of the Discord. That's probably the easiest way, is just like posting stuff in the Discord. For me to see it, because I can barely keep on top of my Discord, much less any like messages, frankly. So yeah, if anyone, I'm sure people have tried. I get so much spam on Discord. I don't know how. Does anyone know how to stop the spam bots from DMing you and sending friend requests? I have probably 10 spam DMs right now from Discord spammers, and I've just gotten to where I don't know. I don't have time to go through all of them. So I'm sorry if I've missed anything. Let's see. You're lurking, Dan the BC man. I really appreciate you. Oh, we do have a gratitude jar. Excellent. Settings are your friend. I think I've tried to set all the settings that I know of like how to keep, like it's all people who share servers with me. I think I'm just in some really big Discord servers, and some of them have like spam bots get in there. Like, I don't I don't know. I'll have to look into it again, probably. So gratitude jar. Only friends can DM me. Yeah, it won't stop requests. Exactly. Yeah, so I'm not seeing the actual DMs. It's just like a number. It's just like a little thing that says you have this many pending message requests, and it's like a big number. And I don't know how to. I wish I could like clear it, because it bothers me to have unread stuff. But I just, at this point, it's just like, the minute I clear it, it just fills again. So I just feel like yeah, DMs are not the way to get a hold of me. Basically, dropping it in Discord is preferred. Because I'm more likely to see it there. Let's see, 6, 23, 25. So for the gratitude jar, for anyone who hasn't been here for a gratitude jar redeem before, the gratitude jar is something that I do all year long, where I write down stuff that I'm grateful for. And today, I will say I am grateful. Let's see. Grateful. I got to meet a friend yesterday. There we go. Yeah, had a really good time yesterday hanging out with a friendo. And I'm going to put that in the gratitude jar. So, I'm not going to show this one just because it's got a name on there, but I am going to fold it up. And yeah, grateful I got to meet up with a friend up in Boulder. Which is, I don't go to Boulder very often. It's kind of far from me. And it's always so expensive, but we found a really pretty park to hang out in, which was super fun. So, let's see. So thank you, Pioneer. And what I do with that is I will go put it in my gratitude jar at home. And then on New Year's Eve, that's when I go through the gratitude jar and I remember all the good things that happened that year. I think it's been a really helpful practice for me, to kind of be able to focus on the positive. And anyway, if anyone's looking for a way to be more intentional about positivity, I highly recommend something like that. It's been really great for me over the past few years. So speaking of redeems, let me make sure that I'm caught up. So we have first, congrats. Second, congrats. Hydrate. Let's hydrate, everybody. Posture check. Stretch. We did those. Gratitude jar. And then that reminds me now that I've done at least a couple of studies. Let me do this sub-zoo. We had a sub-zoo entrant from ETAC, a large gecko. Let's do this gecko over here. We'll do him like climbing up on buildings or something. Maybe up here by Riki Tiki. Hold on. I need to pull up a picture of a gecko. I've got to make sure that I'm actually doing the thing. Yeah, you don't have to tag Brazen. I'll see it, but thank you. Thanks for posting it. Okay. Let's see. Boink. Oh, let's do this gecko. I like this gecko. Always feel awkward, but you spoke about getting involved with the art community in the past, so I try to be... Yeah, Zenith, it always does feel awkward. It's... Oh my gosh, Oddsy. Wait, what's going on? Did you guys... Wait, did we get 2? Wait, hold on. Oddsy subscribed with Prime. Oh, thank you for using your Prime sub here. Oddsy, if you're not in the sub-zoo already, let me know and I can add you. And then it looks like... Rambling Court Jester just subscribed at tier 1. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You guys are way too kind. You're not in there. Well, let me know what you'd like me to be. You're entertained by me being flustered. I've thought about making a flustered command. I need to get on that probably. Also, how you doing, Kudo? It's good to see you. Oddsy, thank you seriously so much for that. I appreciate you using your Prime sub here. For anyone who doesn't know, if you have a Prime subscription on Amazon, you can actually get a free sub if it's connected to your Twitch account, and you can give away a sub every month to somebody. If anyone uses that here, I am honored because you could spend that anywhere. But Oddsy, thank you again, and let me know what I can draw for you. And then of course, Rambling Court Jester as well. Thank you so much for that tier 1 sub, and let me know if I can draw you. You could pick like a movie monster, a Godzilla monster. You could be Godzilla itself if you want to. I can design you a monster. Or you can just pick like an animal and I can make it really big. It's kind of up to whatever everybody wants. There's not really rules. It's more just like it's just for fun. And it's just a way for me to do a quick doodle to say thank you so much for supporting the stream, for supporting me having a studio. I'm not ready to talk about it just yet, but I have some financial things that are going to be changing for me in August. And I'm still waiting for more details, but it looks like as of right now, potentially my cost of living is going to get a lot higher. So, yeah, it means a lot. So thank you guys. I'll share more when I have more information. I'm still kind of waiting on some things. But yeah, it helps pay for my studio and for my rent and just keeps me trying to be an artist here on Twitch. You want to be a coelacanth? Yeah, coelacanth would be awesome. Let's do that. See, when I didn't hear this word pronounced, I always pronounced it coelacanth. Did anyone? Surely I'm not the only one, right? A lot of people probably did that. Coelacanth. There we go. But it's actually coelacanth, guys. Thank you so much, Oddsy. You're very sweet. And then, Jester, whenever you're ready, let me know if you would like to be in the sub-zoo. I'd be happy to add you. Like I said, feel free to look up a kaiju or a movie monster that I can turn into one. We have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, for example. Like, it doesn't have to be a Godzilla monster. But I've got, let's see, I've got a gecko and a coelacanth. So let's do those. It is such a weird word. I agree. And thank you guys for that hype train. And also, thank you all. We are officially, as of right now anyway, at the required 75 average viewers. So if we get maybe like a little higher, it'll help balance out the lower count for the first 50 minutes of stream. So we'll see. We'll be hanging out for as long as, I guess as long as I have to. But I'll let you guys know on Discord how it went. And I'll let you know if we, I don't know, if we make it today. Now, I think the downside of streaming twice a day is, like, if I make it for one stream but not the other, it'll lower my average. I kind of was hoping it would be a good thing to do 2 streams a day, just inadvertently, because I was already doing that, but I think it might actually be hurting the push a little bit. Oh well, not much I can do about it. And sharing, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for being in chat. I appreciate you. Okay, I'm gonna do the coelacanth here next to the Magikarp, I think, because that will be funny to me. Just like a giant coelacanth would be great. And then let's do this gecko up here, I think. Cute little gecko head shape. Monday's a long day, says Moxie. Oh, you did your first IRL stream. Nice, nice. I hope it went well. I would love to do more IRL streams. I just don't know. I don't know how to make this gecko face the way that I want. Exactly, pumpkin pie. And again, if anybody is working on the art gym, please don't feel like you have to like pause or anything. I know I'll get a little derailed sometimes, but please keep doing your studies. And if you have any studies that you want to share, you don't have to share them. If you're doing a study at all right now, just know that I'm very proud of you, and I hope you keep it up. But if you have a study you want to share, you can always drop it in the Discord and we'll show it here on stream. And if you are a streamer, we will also shout you out. So, hey, Just J Arts, good to see ya. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you? Thanks so much for dropping in. I am doing a quick little giant. I'm trying to decide how I want this giant gecko to go. I was kind of thinking like just climbing around on buildings, being all gecko-y. And thank you guys so much for those subs. Is a werewolf okay? Absolutely. We haven't done a werewolf yet, actually. So I will put you down for a werewolf. There we go. Thank you so much. Thought you stopped in before working on commissions. Ooh, what kind of commissions are you working on? Thank you so much for stopping by. It really helps with the push for people to hang out. So I appreciate that. Ooh, we are 5 days from being able to apply for Twitch partner. By the way, for anyone who missed that announcement at the start of stream, yeah, right. I'm being too finicky about this. Let's just do this. Kind of a crazed-eyed gecko. Some animated emotes. Ooh, nice. I really want to do some more animated emotes. I think it'd be really fun to try and make my own. I think this is what a gecko can look like, right? This feels gecko-y. Got the little gecko toes. And then I'll have him crawling around on, let's see. Give him some spots. I feel like a lot of geckos have spots. Kind of looks like a frog. I feel like I accidentally drew a frog. Hold on. There. You like the dragon and the shark? Yeah! I thought it'd be kind of fun to make them interacting a bit. Let's see. I'll have him crawling around on this building, perhaps. Can be a very tall skyscraper. And maybe his other foot can be down here or something. Or wait, what's a really round building? What's a really round building that you guys can think of? Maybe like an observatory? Should we have him on an observatory? That'd be kind of fun. I don't know the name of any observatories, but I feel like they have round tops. That'd be a fun one. Yeah, let's do like an observatory. That'd be cool. I don't think I've done that yet. Yeah, a little round. That thing in Vegas? The sphere in Las Vegas? Oh. Well, Amaze, tell me how you really feel. Sphere. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I'm so uncultured, you guys. Oh, wow. I don't think I've never heard of this. There's just a giant orb? Sometimes it's an eyeball? That's creepy. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Does it really sometimes look like this? Because if it does look like this, I'm actually really amused. Can you imagine looking out your window and just seeing that face? Oh my gosh, wow. I've never heard of this in my life. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna do the Las Vegas sphere with that face specifically. It's covered in LEDs. Oh my gosh. It's a giant screen. That is hilarious. No, okay, listen. I know not everybody likes the sphere, but if the sphere has emoji faces, I find this deeply funny. Look, it's Sleepy! You guys, come on. This is amazing, actually. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, I'm so amused. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, you know. The band U2 played in it. Oh, you can go inside of it? Wait, what? I'll have to look into what this is later, because I have no idea. Let's see. Yeah, it is super weird. It's what you see in the mirror every day. Oh my gosh. So ladies, if you're interested in seeing that every day. It's like a whole stadium. What? Okay, alright, okay. I'm doing the Las Vegas sphere. It's decided. Yeah. Let's see. Alright, how do I make it look like... people are just gonna think it's like a giant egg or something, though. How do I make it look like the Las Vegas sphere? Orby is his name. Okay. It's gonna be a gecko on Orby. They're just being friends. They're gonna be making the same face, guys. They're gonna be making the same face. We're just gonna pretend Orby the Las Vegas sphere is just, like, chilling. Here, I'll put his other eye here just because. And they're doing the same expression. It's not as funny when they're not as close together, though. I like the face close together. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. This might be my new favorite building. But only when it has the face. I don't like it when it has the eyeball. The eyeball freaks me out. But this is great. Oh my gosh. This is like the most... I feel like this is something you would see in Japan, not in the middle of the desert in the US. Like the fact that there's a giant emoji face in the middle of a major US city. It just feels so Tokyo to me. Anyone else getting that? Or is that just... Maybe that's just me. I just feel like you always see those crazy billboards and stuff, like the LED billboards in Tokyo. Okay. It's based off of the Tokyo Egg Bowl. Okay, well that makes sense. That explains my Tokyo vibes. This is amazing. Alright, I'm gonna try really hard to make it look like it. Vegas is its own world, apparently. I've never been to Vegas. I'm not really a gambler, and I don't really care about spending a lot of money on shows, so I don't really know what I would do there. I'm just not a city person, I think, in general. I get more excitement out of nature. Which is part of why I'm still hoping I make it into TwitchCon. I'm not sure if they're going to let us know before July 7th, but I think the deadline for them to tell us by was July 7th. Sorry that this is so poorly proportioned. But there we go. There's your giant gecko. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. That was from ETAC. I hope ETAC's okay with the Las Vegas sphere competing. Gotta go to the breakfast buffet at the Paris Hotel. Is that in Vegas? I do love a buffet, but I have to make sure that I haven't eaten for like 24 hours before I go to the buffet. Otherwise, I always make myself feel gross because I eat too much. Okay, so we've got that one. We've got a coelacanth from Oddsy, and then a werewolf from Rambling. It's an Eiffel Tower. Oh. Yeah, I'm glad you like the sphere, ETAC. Let's see. Hey, Dangerous Buttons, how are you? Thanks for dropping in. Based on the sphere? Oh, cool. I did not know it's a stage. That's fascinating. I'll have to check that out. Okay, I had no idea that existed. Okay, coelacanth. For anybody popping in who's like, what is happening right now? We will get back to the art gym momentarily. I'm just catching up on these subdoodles so I don't get behind, because that has happened before. Coelacanths are awesome, by the way. If you didn't know about them, they are the quote-unquote living fossil, right? They're an animal that we thought was extinct. It lived during the time of the dinosaurs, and they rediscovered them. I mean, the locals had always known that they were still around, but they were rediscovered within the last century, and so they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool animals. Definitely look them up. There's actually a Pokemon based on them, I believe. It's called Relicanth, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I actually didn't know the real name of the animal, and I did, but I got them confused when I was younger, and I always called the real animal Relicanth, and I was like, wait, I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. Yeah, very, very cool. They have really cool fins. You've probably seen them before and just don't realize it. A Pokemon's your new favorite? Yeah, Oddsy. Yeah, Relicanth is really cool. It's a pretty cool looking creature, actually, too. They made it look really like armored and neat. Yeah, they've got these really weird fin structures. And really fun, like, broad tails. There we go. Such an interesting fish. Mini spots. I'm gonna give it a heart-shaped spot because I like heart-shaped things. Makes me happy. Also, love a toothy fish, honestly. It has, like, really interesting fins, honestly. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, dang. There's a lot going on with this creature. It's got like a shoulder... It's almost got like a pauldron or something on it. It's like really interesting. There we go. Very armored looking fish. Very cool. Oh, we're in ads. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not even notice that. Sorry, Pyro. And thank you also for letting me know. The Mubon announcement went off. Thank you. Yes, I totally missed that somehow. Okay, we're in ads. I'm sorry. We are supposed to be stretching. Everybody stop what you're doing and stretch. Stretch, everybody. We're going to take 180 seconds to stretch, get some water. We like to do... Yeah, mobile mod view is not great. Yeah, I think they're working on it, but it's still really hard to use on mobile. Yeah, I agree. It's tough. But thank you for trying. So anyway, if you can hear the sound of my voice, just, you know, unshrimp yourselves, chat. That's what we're doing right now. We like to take a 3-minute ad break and just stretch. Ooh, I'm really sore. You missed the ads. Oh, nice. You just got lucky today. That's awesome. Congrats. But yeah, you want to arch your back and kind of push your shoulder blades together and hold for about, I say 20 to 45 seconds typically. And just like try and push those shoulder blades together. You want to also like maybe even engage your neck a little bit. I'm trying really hard to work on my neck a little more because I think I've been like leaning my neck forward a lot lately. I don't really want to develop a hunch or anything, so I'm working on it. But yeah. Anyway, hold for about 20 seconds, and then after you have done that, you're just going to relax. You're basically going to unarch your back. So you just go from like a shrimped posture to an overcorrection of the shrimpage, and then you relax. And so it just kind of straightens your spine a bit. And usually I do some carpal tunnel rotations as well. Feel free to do those, obviously. Do some carpal tunnel stretches. Those are always advisable, but we ran out of time, so I'm sorry. Okay, back from ads. I'm going to finish this last subdoodle, and then we'll get back to the art gem. So this one, hey Deep Pixel, how are you? Welcome in. This one was from Oddsy. Thank you again, Oddsy. I really appreciate the sub. Let's see. There you are. We'll draw a little submarine trying to like run away or something. I kind of think it's funny to do that. So I know I've done that a couple of times on these, but dee 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 dee. Boink 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 boink. He's fleeing, fleeing. Hopefully that works. I don't know. Big giant fish. That would be really cool to be to see a giant coelacanth like that. I mean, it'd be terrifying also, but very cool. I'm glad you like him, Oddsy. Thank you. Then we have a werewolf from Rambling Court Jester. Let's see. We might have to expand the zoo again, you guys. My gosh. Okay. Let's do a werewolf up here. I'm trying to even out the edge here. It's kind of getting uneven. The cold is enveloping you to sleep. Aw, Zen. Well, enjoy your cozy sleep. And thank you so much for hanging out. Let's see. We'll do a werewolf howling at the moon, perhaps. Giant werewolf would be kind of scary. I don't think have I drawn? I don't even know if I've drawn a werewolf before. Maybe he's howling at the egg bowl, or whatever it's called. The sphere. He thinks the sphere is the moon, perhaps. Put a, some kind of a building or something in his hand, I don't know. What else could be in his hand? That's another, like, large thing that they can pick up. I've had them pick up buildings and buses. Maybe a semi. I haven't done a semi yet. Let's do a semi. A giant ball catching the— yeah, he's like, ooh. Yeah, seems accurate, right? Do a semi. Wow, this is a real test of my ability to draw semi trucks. Let's see. Got this part, and like that part. And this part. And then a wheel. But because he's being picked up at a weird angle, he's not doing too great. Oh, and he could be like losing stuff out the back. There we go. Ooh, maybe it's dog food. It's a bone. Just a truck full of bones. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just think things are funny when they're dumb. Okay. Welcome to How My Brain Works. Let's oh, there we go. Get you a little bit further away. There's gonna be like buildings everywhere that he's just like standing around, I guess. How do I make it look like he's in the buildings? Maybe he just picked it up off a road instead of buildings. He's out in the country. He's a country wolf. He's not a big city wolf. He's howling in happiness because he has doggo treats. This is how werewolves work, right? They're very famous for being obsessed with semis full of dog treats. Okay. There you go. Let's see. And this one was from... Here's the road. There. Here's the city in the distance. Country wolf, remember. There you go. City's over there. Big old wolf. This one was from Rambling Court Jester. Okay. I don't know if how to fit your name in here. Thanks, sharing. I'm glad you like it. Sorry, that's like the worst probably way to write the name, but hopefully that works for you. He's going, ooh. No, that looks silly. That's too silly. That's obviously too silly. This is a serious werewolf drawing. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much for those subs. I really appreciate that, you guys. And again, I've got a few folks down here who have not claimed one yet. So if you decide that if you're here and you see your name on the little list, we got Tea Time, Moat, McLarian, Smugsy, Claire, and someone else who I can't see. Oh, Beans. Yeah. Anyway, those are saved. There we go. There is the sub-zoo. It has grown. Guys, the sub-zoo is pretty chaotic this month. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty chaotic. Okay, let's make that small. Boink. And let's get back to drawing some grasshoppers. I'm glad you love it. I'll post it in the Discord at the end of the day if I remember. But there'll definitely be a finished image in the Discord at the end of the month, for sure. Sisters-in-law call pizza crust pizza bones when they give them to their dog. Oh, that's cute. I actually love that idea. Pizza bones. That's awesome. Let's see. Take a power nap, a 30-minute. Yeah, it sounds really cozy, honestly. A very happy zoo. Yes, it's a zoo full of delight, and definitely nothing bad is ever happening. So it's totally fine. Everyone's safe, full of harmony. That's what kaiju are known for, obviously. Let's see. Deep pixel art. How do you feel about AI generated images? Do you see them fitting in with traditional painting or illustration? I do not. I'm not sure if you want me to go on my rant, but we do talk about that a lot here. No, it's theft. It's theft. And it doesn't take a creative mind to create it. So that's the very short version of what I think. Let's see. Even if the databases were totally ethically created, it's not. It's a very different process. Art making is not a product, and AI image creation generation acts as though AI is that art is a product. That's the problem. It encourages a fundamental misunderstanding of what art even is. Let's see. Yeah, you're not gonna find very many pro AI folks in the art community for that reason. Well, for various reasons, but those are big ones, I would say. There's certainly AI tools that could fit into creation of art, but just flat out entering a prompt and generating an image, that's not art. It may be an interesting image, but it's not the same thing. You guys let me know when you're tired of listening to Katamari Damacy soundtracks. Yeah, I call them images very intentionally. Pumpkin pie, yeah. It's a generated image. It's not the same thing as art. That is a choice that I make, yes, indeed. Do you watch Resident Aliens? Wait, do I watch Resident Alien? What is that? Shut my mouth! What did I say? What did I say, sharing? There's a giant mantis alien in it. Wait, can you explain what you mean? Like a... Is it like a documentary series where they're looking at insects as aliens? Oh, it's a comedy. Oh, no, I've never heard of it before. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I'm sure Brazen. Yeah. Oh, about the Katamari music. Oh, okay, I was like, shoot, what did I say? I'm in trouble already. Oh, gosh. Constantly in trouble around here. But yeah, thanks again, everybody, for lurking. I super appreciate it. It does help a lot with the push. Oh my gosh, Charlie's Dragon, 17 months. Charlie's Dragon, I really appreciate that support. That's such a long time. Holy cow, thank you, thank you. We were just looking at the sub-zoo, actually, and would you like to be in it? It's gotten a little out of control this month. We're doing a kaiju-themed sub-zoo, where you can pick like a movie monster or a Godzilla monster or something, or I can design one for you if you'd like me to, like, somebody said, design me a deer kaiju. Somebody said design a sea dragon. Someone said a sea slug dragon kaiju, or a sea slug kaiju. So, yeah, if you want me to design one, I can. If you have a creature in mind, I can put it down, or I can draw it. I'll write your name down, though. A cat with horns. Perfect. I can do a cat with horns. Absolutely. I'll get that real fast. Let's see. I'll just do it. I don't need to write you down, because I'm going to do it right now. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I heard about that report that it's actively making people. I mean, it makes sense. You're not using your brain, so obviously there's no critical thinking happening, that's basically what art making is creative problem solving. So you're making decisions as you're working to create the image. You're not doing that if you're generating an image with an AI program. So, yeah. Makes sense. I buy that. Who haven't consented, exactly, Vexy. Yep, that's the biggest issue. It's even bigger for me. It's even bigger than like art versus whatever generative AI. To me, the bigger issue is data privacy, and this is why I think the general public should care and does care. And it looks like it's starting to care about it more, because it's one giant data theft is really what it is. Like it shouldn't be. It needs to be regulated. Like it can't be allowed to be that. That's clearly illegal. So, let's see, a cat with horns. Let's put you by the Magikarp. Actually, no, let's put you up here by the gecko on the giant ball, because I think a little cat with horns would also be interested in this orb that the gecko is sitting on. So here we go, cat with horns. And thank you again, Charlie's Dragon. I really appreciate that. The Disney lawsuit, yeah, I think that'll change a lot of things for sure. The one thing, I mean, I wish that I wish that people would differentiate about it, and I think people are starting to have this conversation more. But just like the difference between AI as a tool and generative AI as something that is different. Like AI tools have been around for a long time. I think calling it AI is very disingenuous because it's not intelligence. It's basically just like, it's essentially glorified autocorrect, right? Like it's a rapid pace autofill, and we've had that kind of technology around for a very long time, and I don't think that there's a problem with that. As long as your databases are not stolen data, that becomes the ethical problem with it. Is like, what did you train your data set on? Like, okay, if the only reason your data set is worth anything is because it's full of stolen data, then it's not really a tool. It's criminal. Like it's something you own something you shouldn't. Like that's very basic copyright law, and I think that's the part that the courts are going to have to figure out for a while. But it's certainly not made a good impression in the entertainment and arts industries, and I think the general public is I think the shine has worn off for a lot of the general public, thankfully. Not all of them, but a lot of people. It's starting to be like, oh, I'm not interested in this at all. Like this is I don't know about you guys, but I get a very warm, fuzzy feeling when I go into the comments section on something that's like clearly generated with AI, like whether it be an image or a video. And just the comments are full of people saying, please stop with the generative AI garbage. Like, it's such a bad look. It's so lazy. We don't want this. You're filling the internet with garbage kind of comments. And these are from not like just general public folks, like not art people finally, which is great. Makes me pretty happy. Is there going to be enough space on the canvas? We may have to expand the zoo. I've had to expand the zoo a few times, so we'll see. I mean, there's only this week, like, so today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then Monday and Tuesday, I think. I think that's the end of the month, right? It's Tuesday? Yeah. So we just have to make it till next Tuesday. And I think I've only got 5 days of streaming left in the month. So I think we'll be okay, but we'll see. I feel like everyone's already been so generous. Like, I'm not anticipating a lot of extra subs or anything. This is already more subs than I've ever had in my entire anything ever. So I do not anticipate. Oh wait, we can make him like playing with it. Yeah, like kind of swiping at it or something. That'd be fun. What do you mean? June is almost over. Exactly, June's almost over. I'm sorry, is that bad news for you? I mean, listen, I agree. Exactly, Dan the BC Man, exactly. We don't need more silly memes. And here's the other thing people don't understand about AI right now. I think it's more information's coming out and people are starting to become aware, but it is literally increasing our carbon footprint like tenfold. Like, every time you generate anything with AI or run an AI search or use ChatGPT or do any of that, the energy required for the program to look through all the data sets to like pull out what you're looking for, it's so much more energy than what our power grids are really designed to handle. And we thought we had an energy problem before. AI has certainly caused a huge energy problem. So it's just something to keep in mind if anybody is kind of like, oh, but it doesn't really hurt, or I'm not using the generative AI images, I'm using it for something else. It's like, well, just consider that you're contributing to a problem that we don't have an answer for right now. And consider whether or not you really need to use it, or if it would just save you a little bit of time. I don't know. I don't use it personally. I find it not only unethical, but I just think the energy costs are too high. Like, I will spend the extra 5 seconds doing my search. I've turned off all the AI stuff that I can. Like, when I do a Google search, I put -AI in it because this works again. So you can write that in your search string, and I just write it at the end of all my search strings. And that way it doesn't do the generative, it won't do the generative auto search thing. So something to keep in mind. So much fresh water too. Yeah, that's a very finite resource. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. And we don't really have a great way to desalinate the ocean in a cost-effective way. So we definitely need to, it's a problem. It's a problem. Well, and we still get so much of our electricity from burning coal too. So even outside of water, it's just a big old problem. Wish there was an extension that did it before us. I know. I forget like half the time, Book Snail, but I'm getting better about it, because for a while it didn't work. It used to work, and then they took it away because they wanted you to use the AI search tool. They're just forcing it on you, and they finally, I think probably because of energy costs is my guess. I don't think it's because they're listening to us. I think it's just the cost of energy. I think they're allowing some of those things to work. They've actually got an AI mode now that you're not automatically in, which is nice. So you can actually search outside of the AI mode, but like, ugh, gross. AI mode. Nasty. Like, nobody wants that. Well, I'm sure somebody does, but it's just a toy. That's the thing that makes me upset about it. It's like we're literally ruining the planet for a meme, for a toy, for clicks, or for like, I don't know, ad revenue on YouTube Shorts. Like, it's so frustrating that is what it's ugh, yeah. Just not a fan. Not a fan. There's probably there has to be an extension. You're probably right. Exactly. A math calculator is an AI tool in the sense that has the same impact on those doing math. Well, it's just anytime you have anything that's programmed to sift through a large amount of data to find an answer. I mean, whether that's like in Photoshop, there's the The content aware brush, that's an AI tool. That's been technically an AI tool. It's not artificially intelligent. I don't know why we're still calling it AI, but it's one of these generative tools, basically. It's a generative tool. And so like these things have been around for a while, and they don't require data sets or unethical sourcing or increased energy costs to use. Like there's nuance there, which is why it's important to be really specific about what type of AI you have a problem with. But the generative AI in particular is the one that's taking up a lot of energy to do all this stuff and stealing the data that it's even coming up with. So yeah, not my fave. Not my fave. All right, we have our little horned cat. We'll put little socks on him. I like a cat with boots. There we go. And thank you again, Charlie's Dragon. I super appreciate it. Found extensions for both Firefox and Chrome, but they stopped working in a couple days. Ah, bummer, Charlie's Dragon. Well, if you find more, if anyone does find an extension like that, feel free to put it in TalkShop. I'd be super interested to know about it. And I'm sure plenty of other people in the community would too. There we go. Charlie's Dragon. There you go. Playing with the giant orb. We'll put some buildings back here too, just for scale, you know, just to make sure we all know how big these guys are. Big ol' critters. Okay. There we go. Thank you again, Charlie's Dragon. I appreciate it. Very kind. The cutest kaiju is very cute. This image is actually really blurry, and I'm having a hard time studying from it, so I'm actually going to switch images to a more clear one. I like the color. I may do a paint study of this, but I need to learn more about the animal anatomy first of the grasshopper and the cricket before I think I'm going to be able to do that. So let me pull up another one here. Ah, here's a good one. Okay. Image. Someone needs to request a banana first. Oh my gosh, if somebody wants a giant kaiju banana. That's funny. Okay, let me work on this guy. Hey, Daddy Bidet, it's good to see you, sir. How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate you helping out with the push. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm a little unclear, Dracon, on that kind of generative. I think that is still generative AI, and it's unclear whether or not they're sourcing ethically. Like a lot of those write a story ones are just like they've just like literally absorbed tons of copyrighted books and materials. Going all right? Yeah, good. I'm glad you're doing all right. Best lurk on Twitch. You? Yes, absolutely. I'm honored to have you here lurking, for sure. Appreciate you guys. If you didn't know, Taddy is also an art streamer. Oh, but sometimes plays just chatting, just like it says right there. Hope you're doing well. Trained on thousands of published books. Exactly, Vexy. Yeah, so pretty much anything generative right now, there's not really a way to ensure that it isn't unethically obtained. Most of those are, most of them are all stolen data, unfortunately, and they're not opaque about it. So it's not your fault if you didn't know. Like they don't tell you that. They sell this stuff as though it's no, you're making something totally original. It's like, no, you're generating something that was stolen. Like it's basically the mashed up and blended results of like artists and writers and creative thinkers, and it's not something you've done, you know. It can give you inspiration, but even is it really worth it, you know? That's the one thing that people keep arguing. It's like, oh, but you can get inspired from it. It's like, okay, maybe, but why not just get inspired from real things that people actually put real time into? Because that's inspiring. It's not just the image that's inspiring, it's understanding, or the writing, right? It's understanding the work that went into making and crafting something so well done. That's the part that inspires, you know? And I can get inspiration without using 10 times the energy and ruining the environment. So, like, I don't need that, you know? Uncommon Disney win. Yes, exactly. Hey, Sloppy, how are you? Yes, we've, somebody asked about AI, so we've been on it for about 20 minutes. Welcome in. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Miss when our issues were someone tracing over someone's art. Yeah, when art theft was a little more, it was like less mass produced. Yeah. When the AI stuff first started coming out, I started calling it the automated plagiarism machine, because that's pretty much what it is, in my opinion. That term has not caught on. I haven't seen other people. I've seen people call it the plagiarism machine, so I guess maybe that part people are saying, but it's automated plagiarism. Like, plagiarism's always been an issue, but it's automated. That's why it's so problematic. It's moving at a much more rapid rate than an individual stealing your image and putting it on a coffee mug to sell online in Russia. Like, that's going to be a lot slower pace, a lot less impact. So, excuse me, I had to sneeze and it wouldn't come out. Anyway. But what if you did ruin the environment? But I didn't. I don't think I did. Oh gosh. One time I lurked here for 3 hours and the sound was off and I still gained 8 IQ points. Aw, well, I'm honored that you lurked. I'm honored that you lurked for so long. Gosh, I don't know. I just ramble. I sometimes worry, like, I'm not an authority on these things, guys. If I'm saying stuff, it's just like from my own experience or research. It's very much like a anecdotal information, a lot of it. So, gosh, I hope nobody, I don't know. I get worried sometimes about people. I don't know. I'm just a former elementary school art teacher, you know? Like, at the end of the day, I don't know that I have, like, a ton of, I don't know, authoritative I don't know. I don't know. I'm not, this isn't a fully formed thought. I'm just gonna keep drawing this grasshopper. Never mind, just ignore me. As you were. You're training a new hire, but thank you, Sloppy Salamander. I appreciate that. Let's hydrate, everybody. I took your word as gospel, Casey the All-Knowing. No! Don't do it! Don't do it. I'll let you down, and then I'll get canceled, and then everything's over. That's where my brain thinks it will go. It does not have the same feel as something. No, it doesn't. Yeah. Human creativity and creative problem solving is always going to be it's innovative. So AI can't innovate. It can only iterate. I think that's the important distinction there, right? Like, it can only reiterate what's already existed in different orders, but it can't truly be innovative, because that's what the human brain does, is more than just innovate. Or, I mean, it reiterate what it's already absorbed. If all we did was reiterate, then we never would have progressed past cave paintings, because that's literally how AI works. Like, we would have always stayed, like, no new styles would have emerged. Like, because humans have perspective, they have insight, they have the ability to reason and contemplate and creative problem solve, it's always going to feel better. That's what makes something art. And that's not like a loosey-goosey abstract hippy-dippy thing to say. It's like, literally, it's not about the product. I mean, your product is going to get better over time as your skills increase, but you can make great art at a low skill level, because art is about the journey it took to get there. That's what makes it interesting to people, because your journey is going to look different than mine, and you're going to bring those different experiences to what you're writing or what you're drawing. And it's just advanced communication. It's visual communication is what visual art is, essentially. And you can't communicate with something that can't reason and can't have its own experiences and make its own inferences from what it's experiencing. That would be true AI, but we don't have that. What we have is an advanced autofill. We have a generative machine. We don't have an artificial intelligence. Now, if we ever did somehow get to true artificial intelligence, we'd be having a different conversation right now. Because at that point, it's like, well, have you created life? Because, like, what is the ability to cognate, right? But anyway, that's not the conversation we're having right now. Yeah, exactly, Dracon. Being a church, like setting someone up to the altar of the gospel. No! Loading in, no. Oh my gosh. Hey, Craig, how's it going? Hey, by the way, everybody, thanks again for hanging out. I feel like we've gotten up a little bit past the 75 cutoff, which is great. basically, I hate looking at the numbers like this, but you just kind of have to with a push. Who rambled me right now? Miss Heart Rules. So like the push numbers, as long as we can hold it at this level, I think until the end of stream, or even higher, I guess. But just wanted to say thanks again to everybody lurking, because it does make a difference. Don't think that your lurk doesn't matter. Every individual view count does matter and does help me hit that number. So we'll see if this stream makes it. This one may be cutting it close. I don't know. So far, all the streams have made it, but who knows? Zolo Cunito? That's not the Mexican Zolo dog, is it? Don't answer that. Algorithmic interpretation is a great way to say it, not artificial intelligence. Yep. Oh my gosh, Nerdowino! Oh my goodness, thank you so much for reading. Nerdowino with a morning stream. I saw you kind of talking about some cool space news. Do you have anything you want to share? Feel free to drop a link if you'd like. Thank you so much for coming in and for bringing your community here. We were just talking about the push. Thank you. If anyone decides to hang out to help with the push, all you gotta do is lurk. You don't have to follow, although thank you, Lil, for that follow. I really appreciate it. I am trying to push for a partner so that I can be on the front page of Twitch in time for Save the Vaquita Day. It's a highly endangered porpoise. Oh, thank you, Astro. And there's fewer than 20 of these guys left. I have a little sculpture that I did of it for Save the Vaquita Day last year, but I want to get it on the front page and tell more people about this animal, because I really do think that, like, people care about especially when they're this cute. Like, come on, it's called the panda of the sea. And Save the Vaquita Day is coming up on October 4th. At the time I started the push, it was in September last year, so I went with last year's date, but it's actually October 4th this year. And so I'd love to be able to talk about the vaquita, maybe raise some money, and talk about why it's worth saving, even though the numbers are so low. Yeah, Misadventures in Astro, it's 20, but here's the cool thing. So we have a command about this from last year's too. It's still possible to save them, because it's here, hold on. Oh, you're all good. You're all good, Astro. Genetics. So they're resistant to what we call genetic bottlenecking. They were able to take a blood sample and actually test this, and they see that the vaquita has survived low population numbers in the past and for a very long time. So they're already very genetically similar. So it's a lot like the European starling here in America. If you guys are familiar with them, they're basically clones of each other. Like, some animals just are able to resist basically inbreeding better than others. So like humans, not good at it. Vaquita, good at it apparently. And so as long as we can keep them from dying and get more people to know about them and support some boots on the ground efforts, maybe even campaign to get, like, for some governments to take stronger action, specifically China actually. This animal lives in Mexico, but there's a demand for the totoaba bladder in China that is actually driving the vaquita to extinction. And you might be like, okay, why? It's because of netting. They're getting caught in the nets that are intended for the totoaba fish, which is also becoming vulnerable because of overfishing. But the vaquita are getting caught in these illegal nets and drowning, basically. And so they're dying as bycatch, which is so sad. And it's completely preventable. And so if you want to help me spread the word, just lurk. I'd really appreciate it. Like, no, Daddy. We're not doing that. But Nerdowino, I'm getting off on my tangent. The only link that matters today for us is Skyviewer app. What? Okay, let's check it out. Oh no, Nerdowino. So this is what Nerdowino does on his streams. If you're not following Nerdowino, by the way, make sure that you do. What are you about to get me into here? I want to explore. Please guide me. Oh no. Are we going to look at some space and get sucked in for 20 minutes? Guys. Look at this. So if you want to understand what you're actually looking at, and understand, like, the latest and greatest in space news, go hang out with Nerdowino. This is cool. How have I not seen this app before? I'm looking at one half of Ruben's field of view. That's awesome. Guys, go follow Nerdowino if you like space, if you like science, if you like learning about space and science. Oh yeah, we're about to squirrel really hardcore here. Go check out Nerdowino. I know we already got you a shout out, but I just want to make sure everybody knows who to follow. And thank you so much for bringing your community over here. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. Like I said, if you want to help with the push, just keep lurking. We're going to keep streaming for about another maybe 20 or 30. This raid actually helps a lot with that view count, and hopefully it will help me make this stream count for the push. We had just kind of gotten above the required average of 75 viewers about 40 minutes ago, but to have to have it be this much over 75 for a little bit of time is really going to help with the average from the lower numbers at the start of stream. So thank you so much for bringing your community here. I really appreciate it. Let me see. Who did I miss come in? And Miss Adventures and Astro, hello. Sorry if I didn't say hi earlier. Let's see. Streams are merging. Hey, Pyro. Welcome in. Let's see. But yeah, Nerduino, if you need to run, feel free to go. But thank you so much for bringing your community here. Entropic Universe, hello. Miss Adventures and Astro, hello. It's good to see everybody. We are actually about to do a Draw Me an Animal game that somebody just redeemed, so stick around if you want to watch me draw an animal and guess what it looks like. Lurking for the push, thank you so much, Mag. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. On behalf of all intelligent mammals. Oh, thanks. Let's see. Zoom out. Oh, zoom out more? Whoa. Okay, let's hear. Here's what Nerduino says. The app was just released an hour ago. Oh, cool. Well, here, let me post it in chat again. Well, I've got the viewer open, but that's super cool. What are they going to keep adding to it, I guess? As a map of space or a GeoGuessr for space? Ooh, that would be fun too. Adore Skyviewer Explorer. A lot of you know about this. Glad to help. Your streams don't usually line up. Oh, no, I appreciate you, Nerduino. Seriously, I know. I appreciate you a lot. You've been very supportive. Thank you so much for reading in. Let's see. How many galaxies are in this picture? About 10 million? Like, so, you know how there's just some numbers that are, like, too big to contemplate? And look, when you zoom in, you can see more detail. Do you guys see this? Like, look, there's a whole galaxy. I assume. I actually don't know. Don't listen to me. Nothing I say is knowledgeable. This is incredible. Does it like, look at it, cleans itself up and everything. That one looks like a heart! You guys, I found the heart-shaped galaxy. Do I win space? It's too pixelated. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh. 2,000 new asteroids found. Holy cow. This is the first data. This will be a complete map of the southern sky once they get cranking. It's just a few commissioning images so far. That's awesome. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on this. Very cool. Makes you feel like an ant. It's awesome. Pretty much anything fuzzy is a galaxy. I think this is actually probably 2 next to each other would be my guess, but I'm going to go with it's a heart-shaped galaxy. Okay, just let me have this. 3.2 gigapixel camera. Holy cow. Wow, that's crazy. Maybe some of the first people to see those. That's so wild to think about, like being the first person to view something like that. Incredible. The fuzzy dots are like your vision when you stand up too fast. Guys, look at this. Is so cool. If you wanna be like on the cutting edge of space news, make sure you're following Nerduino, who might also be pushing for partners soon. So go show some support and go hang out. Go follow if you're not following, and be like me and just bother him with questions that he's probably answered a million times. That's pretty much me in any science stream. Just like, oh, impulsive question asking. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's ask every question I've ever wanted to ask. Possibly more than once. This is really awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing. That's super exciting. Love to see it. You would need 400 HD TVs to look at each image in full resolution. Holy cow. Holy cow. Here for the questions. Yeah, I appreciate that about you, Nerduino. I always feel a little self-conscious being such a question asker. But I appreciate that you don't mind. Ragers might want to tap the icon. So actually, WereDuck, I don't know that you have to do that anymore, but if people want to be extra safe and like double tap my icon or get rid of the raid URL thing, like if you're actively viewing right now and you want to help make sure, go for it. They have said that raids count now. As of a few months ago, they've changed it to where raids do actually count. Supposedly. But listen, if anybody wants to be like extra sure, I am not going to be upset. I'm not going to be upset if people want to do that. I've also had, yeah, supposedly they fixed that, but listen, again, I'm not going to be upset. They've also supposedly said that you can actually mute the video now and it will still count as long as the video is playing. But I've also heard conflicting reports on that because I guess with like drops and like other things, people aren't getting those rewards if they mute the video. It's only if you're actively listening. So I call a little bit of sus on that one. Like, I'm not sure. So what I've been telling people to do is you can mute the tab, but not mute the video, and just keep the video. I think the volume has to be 1 or 2%. Here's what my push thing says. There's a little link to my Blue Sky page if anyone wants to share that post around. You can also find on my Blue Sky this original post too if you'd rather share that one. But we are in day 12. We are in day 12 of the push. 12 out of 16. You have to have 16 stream days apparently, not just streams, but stream days that actually hit the average of 75. So that's why lurking helps so much, because like I actually stream twice a day on Mondays and Wednesdays, which probably is much to my detriment. And if this afternoon stream doesn't go well, then that means we have to average it with this stream count. And so anyway, the longer anyone is able to lurk, even if you have to like if you can just leave it up on your tab as you go run errands or something, like that super helps a lot. If you're not able to, or if it's wearing down your device, like obviously please don't do that. But if anyone is able to lurk, it would be a big help if anybody wants to do that. So, and we do have push emotes that Turgus made. Yeah. Your photo editor is crashing right now with 24 gigs. Oh no. Yeah, that does sound like a big file. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even introduce myself to the raiders. My name's Casey. We just like jumped right into talking about the Vaquita. But if anybody likes art, I actually do draw as well. We do this thing called the art gym, which we're doing right now. I'm studying crickets and grasshoppers. I've actually got a draw me an animal I need to do here in a sec. But if you come in the afternoons, I'm typically working on illustrations. I'm going to focus on this one because it does feature a little Vaquita porpoise. But yeah, the art that I'm trying to do is more geared toward like book illustration, kids books, maybe graphic novels, maybe middle grade, possibly some like book covers or board games. So like that kind of thing is what I'm sort of gunning for. And I'm just streaming that process here on Twitch. So if anybody likes watching artists work, I'll probably be working on this one this afternoon. I'm getting really close to finished on it. If not this one, then possibly this one. So probably one of these two will be in the afternoon stream today. So if you want to come back at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, that's when I'll be lurking, or I'll be working if you'd like to lurk. But we will be going for another probably 20 minutes. I want to finish this grasshopper study, and then we're going to look at what other people have done for the art gym, which is what we're doing right now. So in the mornings, we do this thing called the art gym, where it's like a practice and study session. And people can draw along and show off their studies as long as they're done from observation or reference, not imagination. Then we'll look at it here on stream. And thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate that, Iron. Very kind of you. Yes, we do the puzzles in the afternoon. Yeah, so my afternoon streams are more co-working, kind of like an art thing. A lot of art streamers do this where it's just like a co-working stream. So it's like I'm working and then you can work with me. But if people don't have something to work on, we'll start a puzzle, like a community puzzle. So we do those in the afternoon typically. Yeah, this is what we're up to right now is the art gym. So here's what I do. I also do the sculptures that I showed you. Here's a comic I've been working on off and on. I've got some dinosaur stickers that I've worked on. Hopefully I'm going to have a bunch of these printed and up on the shop shortly. Oh, speaking of the shop, if you like my Vaquita emotes, you can get those for free on Ko-fi. If anyone has Vaquita emotes, feel free to spam them so people can see what I'm talking about. But my Ko-fi, you can download those for free. And then another thing that we do on the first Wednesday of the month is this thing I call Sea Slug Dragon Day. We didn't talk about this earlier. But yeah, basically chat gets to pick a sea slug and I will design a creature based on that sea slug. Usually it's a dragony creature, although sometimes they look a little more just like animals rather than dragons. And I have sculpted one of these before. But anyway, that's what I do. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. Means a lot. Danish, yeah, exactly. Like Lulu and Danish. If you're following me, you have access to those Vaquita emotes. If you're subscribed, then you can use them anywhere. But if you want to just like go download them for free, if you don't want to subscribe or can't subscribe, but you'd like to spread the word about the Vaquita, go download those emotes for free on my Ko-fi. Help yourself. Put them on your Discord. Put them on your Twitch. Put them on your Gilded server. Anywhere that you can upload emotes. Feel free to use them. Credit me if you're able to. But feel free to use them to spread the word about the Vaquita. It would mean a lot. What was the lion comic? Yes, that's Drift, actually. It's kind of on hiatus right now, but it's a project I'd love to get going again. It's up on Webtoons and Tapas at the moment. But you know, one of these days, if I can ever afford to not be part-time artist, I'd love to. If I was a full-time artist, I would have so much more time to do all of the projects that I want to do. But right now, I'm only able to work 3 days a week in the studio, and then the other half of the week, I'm at my day job. So I would love for that to change someday, but right now, especially with some cost of living increases coming my way this summer, I'm probably not going to be able to do that anytime soon, unfortunately. Unless something just really takes off. Like, if anyone knows a publisher that wants to hire me, just give me steady work so that I don't have to have a day job. That would be swell, and then I could just do art for my job. But anyway, thank you, Miss Adventures Nastro, for the lurk. I really appreciate that. Thank you, anybody who's lurking. And by the way, let's do the Draw Me an Animal before I get distracted and forget. Sorry, Amaze. So we have this game we do called Draw Me an Animal. Here's a bunch of them. So basically, somebody in chat can request an animal using channel points. You can get channel points from following, from subscribing, from lurking, from hanging out through a raid. So if you stick it out till the end of the stream, you can earn extra channel points. But we have, I think this will be the last one for this page. An animal that I don't think I know. A Zolo. I wonder if this is a Zolo dog. That's the only Zolo animal that I know. Zolo, it's good. I'm not going to try and say that. This is a very Mesoamerican word, it looks like. But I'm not sure. I'm going to say this is a Zolo dog. But I don't know. But here's the way the game works. Don't give me any hints in chat, okay? If you want to go look up this animal by itself, it does have to be a real animal. That's the only thing I ask. It has to be something that's either currently alive or extinct. Like, could have been a prehistoric animal is fine. But it just needs to be a real animal that has existed at some point in Earth's history. And don't give me any hints because it kind of ruins the game. If a mod deletes your chat, don't be offended. They just may have thought you were accidentally giving a hint, and they don't want me to see it. So, yeah, I'm going to have 5 minutes. It's 10:54, so I have 5 minutes to draw what I think this looks like. I really have no clue other than maybe a Zolo dog, so I'm going to do that. And if you don't know what a Zolo dog is, it's those hairless Mexican dogs from that you may have seen in Coco, if anyone saw Coco. I've actually met one in person. Had a very sloppy tongue and just kind of lolled outside of its mouth. And I think their ears kind of go up, but I can't remember, honestly. I just remember they have like little hairs everywhere. They're hairless breeds. So I think they might be one of those that you have to have sunscreen or something. Not sure. It's definitely an interesting dog breed, but I could be totally wrong and it may not be this at all. It might be like a snail for all I know. But I'm going to go with a Zolo dog. If nothing else, we'll get to learn about it. So, Zolo dog. I think they have a skinny tail. Yeah. Basically, it's a German Shepherd with no hair and a very large tongue. I actually don't know if they're related to German Shepherds, but we'll find out because we're going to look it up together and learn about it, which is one of the more fun parts of the Draw Me Animal game. Hairs. Sometimes on the head more so than the rest of the body. Wrinkles, mini wrinkles. Okay. And then gonna color it, and then we're gonna look it up. Yeah, I don't know if that's what this animal is, but if it is, then I just know this part of the word is the name of the breed. I think this might be the full name, unless it's, again, it could be something totally unrelated. Like it might be a fish or a bird or beetle. It could be a beetle. There's like a gajillion beetle species. I can't remember what the stats are, but it's like something like 20% of the Earth's animal population are beetles or something like that. Or like technically in this family. And a very high percentage are insects because there's just so many of them. Okay, and then I think the one I met had like a dark purpley tongue. It wasn't really like a bright pink. It was like a purpley color. The Beatles had a lot of fans. Oh my gosh. Cheesy! Cheesy! If I could hurl cheese at you right now, Loden, I would. Okay, there we go. You've heard there may be more wasp species than beetles. Oh, really? Because there's so many parasitoid wasps. That's true. And aren't wasps and ants, didn't they kind of evolve together? Aren't they like, I feel like they're like in the same something. So if you're including ants in that group. Okay, there is my guess at what this is. Same order, yeah. Okay. Zolo, it's Kuntal? I don't think that's right. Kunt Lee. Mexican hairless dog. Heck yeah, got it. Oh. Hopefully that's actually it. Maybe I wrote this wrong. There we go. I got it! I got it, you guys! I did it! And it has pointy ears. Excellent. Alright, so this is the doggo in question. Mexican hairless dog, also known as a... You try to say it, chat. Tell me how you think this is. Everyone just tell me. Whisper in my ear. How do you say this? Zolo, a dog, is the one that I've heard. I do not know how to pronounce this part. But it is a Mexican hairless dog. They have pointy ears. They are dark in color. It's basically the dog from Coco. If you've seen Coco, it's that. And then they oftentimes have a little tuft of hair on their head, or kind of like this guy. So he's got a little mohawk. Just little like spurts of hair around. This one doesn't, but I also kind of wonder if this almost looks AI to me. Like this looks wrong. I don't know. Something about that I don't like. Oh look, it went away. Suspicious. Suspicious. Let's learn about it though. How do I get to the wiki? I was there. Why didn't it take me to the wiki? There we go. Oh my gosh. And now, of course, it is not dark for some reason. Oh, here's one with hair. Wow. This is a lot smaller than I would have thought it would have been. The one I met was not a small dog. This looks like a really small dog. Mexican hairless dog is a breed of dog from Mexico. Most have no hair, but some are born with hair. Also has wrinkled skin. It's found in three sizes. Toy, miniature, and standard. Okay. It's from the Nahuatl language, I think. From the god Zolotl. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. How do I get... There we go. Yeah, usually they're bigger. I feel like this is the size of the one that I met. Oh my goodness. Best of breed. This one right here. Diego Rivera had one. Oh my goodness. Well, there you are, folks. There is the Zolo dog. I'm glad I didn't get that wrong. You're surprised that I'd heard it? Oh, really? Well, I am an animal nerd, and the dog in Coco interested me, and they mentioned it was called a Zolo dog, so of course I looked it up, and the rest is history. Let's see. Okay, so that was the Draw Me Animal game. If anybody wants to play, it can be played every 30 minutes. I'm gonna get back to my study. Trying to stump me, eh? Oh, it'll happen, don't worry. There's plenty of animals I don't know. Now you wait for the day that you can say something someone has said has left you waspy instead of antsy. Oh gosh. Hey Moose, how are you? Often wins ugliest dog competitions. Is that what Sam, the ugliest dog in the world, was? I remember seeing Sam. Yeah, some of them can be small. It looks like apparently there's 3 sizes. I did not know that actually. Yeah. They maybe, yeah. Okay. And AJ, welcome in. Thank you for throwing cheese. I appreciate the cheese throwing. Alright, I'm gonna work on... I think my mini fridge is about to, like, throw itself off of its pedestal. There we go. I almost got the wrong side of the leg. Trying to remember stuff. Stuff is hard to remember. I do like his little foot here. That's fun. Okay. There we go. Grasshopper. So here's the real test, right? It's like, if you've studied this and you think that you've actually learned something, one of the things we don't talk about probably enough here is to make sure that you kind of like test your knowledge, right? Like after you've done a few studies, see if what you've actually, like, what have you actually remembered by trying to go and like draw one from imagination. And this is going to be a good way to see what you've actually learned. This one has a weird, I don't know what that is actually. What am I looking at here? This is the other problem with just using one type of reference, is that you sometimes don't have a clear picture. Huh. Okay, so here's another type of... What am I looking at here? So here's another grasshopper in this lineage, I guess, or in this family. But I don't really know what these... Are these like extra wings? Are there any grasshopper experts in the chat? Because I don't know what this is. It almost looks like a leg, but it's not a leg, unless it's like tucked under, maybe? Maybe they're one too? Maybe it is the leg, but it's like being held up off the ground. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here, because this is like... It does look like a leg, but if you look... Okay, hold on. Wing? That's what I thought. I was like, maybe it's a type of wing. So like this shape right here is like these little things I've been drawing. Like that's the leg. That's the leg design that I've been looking at, right? Like it's... How do I move this? See? It's like that. And then this part looks like the knuckle or the knee, but it's like, where's the other foot? Like you don't see it on this one either. So I wonder if this species carries its leg up high somehow and it just uses these two. Because like this one has 3 legs, right? Touching the ground. 1, 2, 3. What if it's its leg and it's just like tucked up somehow? That is so strange. Yeah, it must be holding its legs up under its body. Because, like, I do see, like, a little thing right there. I wonder if that's what that is. Okay. Interesting. Let's leave that down there for future reference. It would be the other foot is the black dot under where the second leg attaches to the body. This right here, is that what you mean? Yeah. So, like, on this one, though, you can't see it at all. If anybody wants to do some research... Here's the group of animals that this type of grasshopper is, or cricket. I'm not sure, actually. I'm curious. Oh, we have an ad break. Shoot. Could look at other specimens. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. It's just like, it's weird that none of the pictures of them alive, like some of the pictures of them that are post-mortem, you can see all 6 legs. So I think it must be that its hind leg just like tucked. So like here's another one. Sorry, I know we're in an ad, but oops. Yeah. 1, 2. Where's this other leg going? It must just like carry it around, but that's so weird to me, because like shouldn't it be ready to jump? Maybe it pushes off in a different way. Maybe like that's its feet. Oh, I think that's its hind feet right there. I think that's what those are. So maybe it propels itself like by launching against the ground, like it's like a spring or something. I wonder if that's what it's doing. That's interesting. That's so interesting, guys. Okay, we'll come back to this. I'm gonna stretch because we should be stretching right now. That would be cool. Yeah, I wonder if that's what it does. Yeah, maybe that's what separates it from the others. Yeah, for sure. Maybe it's making a sound. That's true. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Eddie Cosmo, thanks for coming in and lurking. We're supposed to be stretching right now. So if anybody wants to join me in a stretch, feel free. Feel free. I'm gonna do a carpal tunnel stretch to start us off on this one because we did the posture stretch before. But let's
Let's do a little carpal tunnel stretch really fast. And then I'll also do a posture stretch as well. I guess I could arch my back here too. Yeah, it's so interesting. I've never heard of that. It's almost like a spring, like I think springtails have that same kind of jumping mechanism, right? Springtails are like really, really tiny little bugs. I didn't know that existed in grasshoppers. Arch back, push shoulders together and hold. Because they say they have a tiny spike on their back legs that they rub on their wings. Yeah, some of them do. I think that one does too. I think there's a little spike coming off. I don't know. I want to know where its hind legs are. Your doggo knows we're going out of town because he's a smart boy, but unfortunately that means his anxiety is sky high. Aww. Pyro. Poor little guy. Doesn't want you to go. Do you guys board him while you're away, or do you have someone come watch, or how does that work? They make the chirp sound. They might, Wombat. I don't actually know anything about this group of bugs. You're late for your first start, Gem. No worry, Corys. No worry. No worries. We are about to get into the show and tell, but feel free if you'd like to still do some studies, and you can always post them whenever. You don't have to post them in time for today's. We're basically going to look at everything that's in the art gym. As long as it's a study or something done from observation or for like foundational art practice, things like personal characters, world building, fan art, that kind of stuff, even if you do use reference to make it, is not the same thing as a study. The purpose of a study is to learn. So if the purpose of what you're doing is to learn something about art making, feel free to put it in the art gym and at any time, and we will look at it on stream. We'll be doing it again tomorrow. We're doing costumes, I think. We're doing uniforms tomorrow. So anybody who's a planner can plan ahead for that if you'd like. But I am not liking this study at all. Hold on, we're gonna do a paint over here. Crickets are a great source of protein, are they? We live on the same property as your parents, so they watch. Oh, okay, that makes it a lot easier. And they can bring them to your house when they go to work. That's nice. Okay, good. It's way too hot for anything that has the word gym in it. I mean, you can do the art gym from an inside location. Prehistoric cricket or grasshopper? Ooh, that'd be fun. I don't really know much about prehistoric. Like, what separates a prehistoric critter? Or cricket, I should say. Guys, I have so many layers. I really messed up my layers today. I'm just gonna do a quick color study of this guy instead of a sketch study. I'm struggling, but I really like his colors. The colors are the main reason I picked this photo, so. I like the blues and greens and that stark black and white. Very nice. If you have a shellfish allergy, don't eat bugs. Really? Do they trigger the same thing? Yeah, I do need to check my layers. The art gym is the only gym I've been going to these days. AJ, same. I need to go to the gym too. I need a gym accountability buddy. The problem is my schedule is so stupid. It's really hard for me to like find somebody who goes to the gym either at 5 in the morning or at like 8 p.m. Those are the options. And I'm struggling to find a partner there. I need to just go. Just like a commit to it, I think. Maybe I'll start going before I come to the studio. My schedule is just so weird right now. I need a schedule that is a little more stable. One day, chat, I'll be able to quit my day job and go full-time, but that day is not today, unfortunately. But I really have no excuse because I actually do have a gym membership, like a gym to go to. And really need to take more advantage of that. Oh, don't forget to save. Thank you. I'm not even sure when I last saved was. That was terrible English. For some inexplicable reason, I suddenly have the desire to play Katamari Damacy. So strange. My tummy just rumbled really loud. Okay, there we go. Did some studies today. We did it, guys. Dilophosaurus? That's an amazing name. Welcome on in. It's good to see you. And thanks for joining. Bugs have the same proteins. All insects are crustaceans. Well, I guess that's true. Wait, all insects are crustaceans? Interesting. Wow, I didn't know that, but I didn't know the shellfish allergy would apply to bugs too. That is fascinating. Dilof, yeah, of course. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. They found a prehistoric cricket called Archaboilus. Is that how you say it? Very cool. Well, these are my grasshoppers and crickets for today. I'm going to get into the art gym here and see what you guys have been doing. And thank you all for lurking. Once again, helping out with the push. It really does mean a lot. Helps a lot. Makes a big difference. And I super appreciate. Okay. Your chaos as usual. No worries, Quartz. No worries. Alright, I'm going to do a quick scroll through and make sure everything is work safe. So far, so good. Let's see. Okay, cool. La, la, la. Everything looks nice. Everyone did a great job with these. Okay, I'm going to scroll up to the last thing that we showed on screen, which was my studies from Wednesday. We did a giraffe day, so we'll be looking at that. And hopefully you guys can see that. And then we're going to scroll through and look at everybody else's studies. Please make sure that if you post in the art gym section that it is a study. Anything else can go into some of these other sections here on the side. We've got art share, critique share, works in progress share, all kinds of things. So just try to think about that. And then also, if you have a finished piece that you really want to show on stream, we do a showcase once a month. One piece per person per month. And go check that out in the showcase section. But let's go down to Clem. Clem has a draft study for us here. Thank you so much, Clem, for sharing your work. Ooh, I really like this perspective study. Kind of thinking about, oh man, this looks great. Really, really good structure here to that giraffe skeleton. Really nice job breaking down the different bones into shapes and the different sections of the body into shapes so that you can kind of figure out the structure of the animal. These look really, really nice. Really nice. Oh, I love very nice here. I love this little skeletal sketch of the giraffe like coming for the trees, you know? Looks awesome. And I hope you're doing well, Quartz, by the way, no worries. Farm chores take a minute. You gotta get those animals fed, you know? Looks like it's sitting perfectly on the ground. Yeah, it really does. Like standing really solidly. Like it feels very much in its own perspective box. Like it's not... Yeah, just really good job with their perspective here. I think these look great, Clem. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you hanging out and drawing along. Let's see. And then we have another one from Clem. Oh, these are the studies. Okay, okay. Wait, did we see these already? I'm feeling like I've seen these for some reason. Well, either way, looks fantastic, and thank you so much for sharing. Zen! I love this. This looks great. A lovely portrait practice study. Really good job mapping out the planes of the face and paying close attention to the values and the shadows, like where you're seeing all that stuff. Really, really nicely done. Yeah, really interesting face to draw, too. Lots of really nice characterization in this person's face. Very cool. This is awesome. Really nice job, like, laying out the different... like measuring, basically. Like you've got these lines going across to help you measure between things, and you're using this planes of the head breakdown here, I can see, to actually figure out what the different planes of the face would be on this person. Nicely done. This is awesome. Really, really well done. You met him briefly at one of the shows you worked on. Oh, nice. Don't hate me, but I don't know who this is. I'm not a celebrity person, but they have a very interesting face. Very drawable face. It looks very nice, Zen. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's see. Proof that I can draw people and you feel like it. Portrait practice of Ryan Hall from the Ryan Hall Y'all YouTube channel. He was covering severe weather. Nice. I don't know who that is either. I'm not a celebrity person. But lovely portrait study here of this YouTuber. That's always something that's kind of fun to do whenever I'm watching when I'm watching YouTube channels or like podcasts that have a video component, a lot of times I will draw the person who's speaking. So I've definitely done this before. It's a good practice to do, to help you draw like different types of people. But nicely done, Kudo. And I do know that Kudo streams. So if you guys are not already following Storm Dragon Studios, that is Kudo Y Vortex. Go give a follow and go show some support. It's very cool to see you drawing some people. As somebody who also struggles with drawing people just casually, well done. I'm proud of you. Let's see. Yangularoo doing some studies. Ooh, a piano. Nice little study of the piano leg here. Nice. It's really complex structure. Man, I really need to get out and draw more people and more things out in life. These are looking great. Really nice, like, simplified versions of people's faces. Like, they all look super different. I think you're doing a great job here, Rue. Yeah, and Rue is one of our mods as well. You guys have probably seen Yangularoo around, but you may or may not know that she streams. So go and follow along. Rue does a ton of animation and also has been doing some really cool studies and sharing those with us. Appreciate you, Rue. Thanks for hanging out. And keep it up. These look awesome. Nose on point, yeah. For sure. Noses are hard. It's a really significant part of the face that's tough to get right. Here's some from HDMZ. I agree, Quartz. Drawing people is difficult. But one way that you can make it less difficult is actually doing what HDMZ here is exemplifying so well, which is actually going out and drawing people and drawing things that you see in life. We got like a truck here, it looks like, a doggo, some people. It's just a really good practice to carry around a little sketch pad with you and just draw what you see. And it's not always going to come out great, but it is always going to help you grow faster, and it's going to tune your observation eye. Because that's really what a good art at like drawing, that's really what it is. It's just like carefully tuning your observation eye. Or draw more boxes. Yep, drawing boxes helps too. That's another foundational practice you can do. Drawbox.com is a great walkthrough for that. Although it is intense, I will say. I highly recommend finding somebody to do it with for accountability, because it is easy to burn out on Drawbox. Something that I've always meant to do, but I just have never taken the time to actually do. Lithium. This one's coming from Lithium. Oh wait, HDMZ. Can we get a shout out for HDMZ as well if we haven't already? HDMZ also streams, at least as far as I know, here on Twitch. Lithium made notes for myself this time so I could look back and remember what it was that you did and what you picked up on. Yeah, taking notes is helpful. These are good. Yeah, really nice breakdown of like the different veins in the face. That's a lot of what's making these shapes on the horses, like actual veins. Horses have very large blood vessels on their face to transport the blood, obviously, and to get that oxygen from those big nostrils to the rest of the body. And yeah, they really pop out quite a bit and create some really interesting lines on the face too. Overlaid red line, angle of the muzzle. Yeah, this is all good stuff. Definitely keeping all that stuff in mind, and like even noting like the angle of the muzzle in relationship to the eye on this breed is really helpful too. Very cool. I like the way that you did this. And I like that you did multiple passes too. We've talked about this before as well, but sometimes just like doing multiple passes at the same image or the same study like object or whatever, even if you're doing it from like multiple angles, is going to help you understand a lot more. It is harder with two-dimensional images because you don't always have the, well, usually you don't have the benefit of being able to look around from different angles to actually see what it looks like and understand the depth fully. It can be hard to grasp those things, you know, if you only have one single flat two-dimensional reference to draw from. So, but yeah, oops, clicked the wrong tab there. There we go. But yeah, this looks great. Really nice lithium. And here we have, do you guys hear that bird outside? There's a bird screaming outside my window. Do we have a grasshopper? Yeah, we do. Look at that. Insect faces are hard, but you did a good job with this little cricket. He looks great. I really like crickets. That might make me strange, but man, I think I told this story already, but when I was a kid, I would catch crickets all the time. I thought they were really fun. And I would always try and put them in like a little house, like a little insect house, and like make a little home for them and tried to keep them as pets. It never worked. They always either escaped or I just gave up and realized I didn't know what crickets ate. And then 6 months later, I'd decide I wanted to try it again, and I'd try to feed them stuff. And they wouldn't eat that either, and I'd release them because I'd be afraid that I would kill them. I think you did a great job with this Amaze. All that to say. Lovely job with the anatomy. Really nice job with the perspective, and I think you nailed it. I know that it's not easy to draw insects. I certainly don't draw them enough, but you did a great job. And if people aren't already following Amazing Fan 15, make sure that you do. Amaze is also a streamer here. Does animation, characters, comic work, the works, the whole stuff. It's great. It's a good time. Go follow. You have a biologist for a dad. Nice. My mom was a microbiologist. Not quite the same thing. We mostly talked about like samples and slide prep and like when I would help. Sometimes I would help in the lab and I got to do some of that, but there weren't really like bugs or animals. You're obsessed with bugs as a kid? That's awesome. Amaze, this looks fantastic. Really nice job with the drawing. Thank you so much for joining in. And Old Blue Bones. I believe this is Jack Lantern art. Unless I'm mistaken. You love these babies? Yeah, they're really cool. I'm kind of sad I didn't have time to get to one of these painted grasshoppers. Some really pretty animals out there. And just really nice flashy colors. Like, look at that yellow and blue. It's very, very striking. And these wings also. Super, super pretty. Art Gym Day 6. I love that you're, like, numbering the days you've done. But yeah, really nice job looking at the anatomy, trying to understand what makes up these creatures. Not just copying lines, but actually studying. Actually trying to memorize, like, the way these things look. One of the things that I didn't get to do today that I would like to do, at least at some point, is to go and try and draw one of these guys from imagination or from memory after doing some studies to try and see what I've actually absorbed. Like, what do I actually know about this animal? And the places where I'm unsure about the anatomy, those are the places I need to go do more work, basically. When a bird is going crazy, you want to put food in the feeder, you just had 20 birds. Aw, that's awesome. What kind of birds? I wish I could have a bird feeder here. Ooh, we got a fly that made its way into my studio. Uh-oh. It is so amazing. I agree, Ultimate Pumpkin Pie. Yeah. Jack Lantern art. Yep, exactly. These look great. Lovely drawings here. Really nice color studies, too. I like these wings a lot. I keep looking at the textures and little patterns. There's so much intricacy in insect wings. It's really hard to get right, but I like how you try to pay attention to the direction of the patterning, like what it's actually doing, trying to understand that, and then you can incorporate that into future designs, which is always super fun to do. Yeah, these look great. Nice value study here. Lovely job, Jack. Well done. And then ETAC, we have a study of one of these lovely painted grasshoppers here. Very nice. Very, very nice. We've got a line art version and a colored version. So cool. Here's the reference, in case anyone missed it. Very charismatic little insect. I don't know much about them. Oops, I accidentally closed it. But these look great. And I believe ETAC also streams. I think they just got back into streaming. So make sure that you go give a follow. Doing some makers and crafting. Excellent. Yeah. But this looks great. Thank you so much for sharing. They do have crazy colors. I agree. I agree, Corey's. Yeah. Or is it it's Corzy. I'm sorry. I keep saying your name wrong. But yeah, this looks so good, ETAC. Thank you so much for sharing and drawing along. And for lurking and hanging out and just being awesome. Appreciate ya. Where are the wings on the second one? Or is it different? Bugs confuse me. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, you did one of these crazy mole crickets. Yeah, these guys are wild. I don't know if they have wings, or if they do, maybe they're like buried, no wings. Yeah, maybe they lost their wings. Maybe they don't use them, you know, or maybe it's like, maybe the wings are like folded on top. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. This is one of those things where it's like, I love the question mark. Boy, you might need to find some like different reference images even that show like more details about this animal. But it's so crazy because you can see all the grasshopper and cricket bits, right? Like you can see the thorax and that big shield they have on their shoulders and the 3 legs and the ovipositor and the soft body shape, like the abdomen. Like all the pieces are there, even the little like spikes on the legs, right? But then you get to these crazy front legs that have just like gotten so robust for presumably for digging, which is so cool. It's such an interesting bug. I didn't realize they had so many different colors. Yeah, I know. Mole crickets are so funky. Yeah, does anyone know about mole crickets? This could be adapted into such a cool fantasy. Exactly. Yeah, no, for sure. There's quite a few crickets like that. Like there's this one. I'm not going to show it on stream because like in hindsight maybe it's a little creepy. But let me tell you the name of it. I think it's a dune cricket. Yeah, I think it's a dune cricket. If you look up a dune cricket, it's some of them, like some of the bigger ones, they have these like curly tail things. Like their ovipositors are like swirly, I guess. And they like carry them up like a scorpion or something. And they have these big crazy mole cricket-like hands, but not quite as pronounced. They're really interesting looking and they're pretty big, but I didn't want to freak anybody out, so I didn't, yeah, dune. I'm sorry, dune cricket. Look that up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like sand dune. Yeah. Ouch. Some beetles hide their wings underneath a piece of the exoskeleton. Yeah, maybe they're doing that. Also, hi, Ungoy. How are you? Yeah. Anyway, this looks really, really great, Jerry Con. Thank you so much for sharing. Here we have another one, a portrait study from last week from Old Blue Bones. Oh, this looks great. Really nice job on the details here. Holy cow, the hyperrealism much. Jeez Louise, that is intense. This is like a high level of detail on the nose and eyes. My goodness, Old Blue Bones. This is almost venturing out of study and into like, I mean, at this point, are you planning on taking this to finish, or like it almost feels like a works in progress on like a really intense, like look at the wrinkles on the eyes. Those are great. Well done. Yeah, really, really nice study. That looks fantastic. I didn't know you were so into hyperrealism. That is news to me, Jack Lantern Art. That is news to me. Fantastic work. You're proud of that nostril? You should be. That's like a very high level of detail. It's extremely photorealistic. It's a lot of effort and time goes into doing that. Since you're avoiding it, you should. Is that your sign? I haven't played that, and I haven't seen it either, Wombat. Yeah. I don't know. Artie Gob did some little grasshopper studies too. These look so nice. Really nice job with the anatomy and the structure here. I like that you did one from the top too. I didn't even think about doing one from the top view, but I definitely should. I think I'd probably learn a lot from it. And this looks great. You have a nice little, now that you did your studies, you have your colored study. You did sketch study, and then now this one. This is fantastic. Love the colors. Always fun to see the watercolor. Really, really well done here. Very cool. Really nice attention to detail on the details in the legs and like these little segmented pieces in the, I guess the carapace, the thorax. I'm not really sure what it'd be called. Really, really, really cool. This looks great. Great proportions as well. Artie Gob. I know everyone's doing such a good job with these. I'm glad people yeah, had fun with it. No, I wasn't sure. I know grasshoppers and crickets is very specific. So I wasn't sure if many people would want to do it with me. I've been wanting to study these guys for a while. I'll probably do a few more studies at some point. But these look great. Thank you so much for sharing. Lovely stuff. You figured out the eye. Nice, nice. And we have one from Ultimate Pumpkin Pie. Doing a face study. Wow, nice job. Man, faces are so hard. I need to do more portraits. I struggle so much with even how to structure the face. It's such a problem for me. This one looks really nice too, especially the attention to detail on the values are really, really nice. Well done, Ultimate Pumpkin Pie, and thank you for sharing with us. Really appreciate it. It's nice to see them both too. Every study counts. That is so true. Remember, guys, we are here to get the bad drawings out. Everybody is on a journey of 1,000 drawings. Takes 1,000 drawings to make a good one, so you just gotta start your journey either now or later, but the sooner you start, the sooner you get to the more proficient drawings. I'm impressed, and I say hats off to you. Study verging on actual drawing. Yeah, it's so hard to know where that line is, Brazen, right? But I would say still, if you're doing a drawing from observation or reference and your intent is to actually learn, then I would still say it's a study. Like, the line between study and finished piece gets really blurry, I think, when you have like hyperrealism involved. But I don't know. I think for the most part, people have been pretty good about, like, I would say this is a study. Like, you're trying to understand the pieces and closely observing what you're looking at. But I think it looks great. Really nice job with the proportions. I always love seeing stuff in traditional. Is this like a tiny sketchbook? Is this like a little sketchbook like this big? That is so cute. Am I misunderstanding this image? Or are these just really big sketchbook rings? Maybe they're just big binder rings. I don't know. It almost looks like a tiny pocket sketchbook. I love it. Such a good thing to have a small sketchbook. It's 5x8. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's a really good idea to have those little small sketchbooks that you can take around with you easily and just draw from things you see. Always a good idea. if anybody is looking to develop a good sketching habit, that is a good one to have. This looks great. Lovely job. If you're studying structure or light or color, yeah, that's true too, for sure. You carried around everywhere. Nice. Good job. It is a 3-foot tall binder. Oh, be quiet, Paradox Moves. Always trolling me. Let's see. Yeah, that would be really cool, Quartz. Yeah. Struggle making them look for... Yeah, I think, yeah, same face syndrome is a hard thing. So, like, if you find yourself doing that, a lot of times... so it's kind of like the line between a study and a drawing is the same thing for me. It's a conflicting conversation between the line between style and schema, I think is really hard to define. So like a schematic drawing is basically like a rote sort of like default way of communicating visually, and we all go through schematic stages as we progress in art skill, right? So you start at like your basic schematic stage of like a circle with eyes and hands coming out of it. Like that's what most 2 to 5-year-olds draw to represent people. And then as you go through your schematic stages, your people become stick figures, and then they become something else. And some people stop at the early schematic stage, and a lot of us keep going. And so like the thing that you're drawing without thinking about it, I feel like the difference between a style and a schema, and I'm going somewhere with this too, at least as far as same face syndrome is concerned, I think it might be something like a style is intentional. Is kind of what I've kind of landed on lately, and I'm still thinking through it too. A style is intentional, a schema is unintentional. So if you're unintentionally drawing the same type of face over and over, I would say that's probably a schematic issue. And it's great that you can recognize that, because that means you know what to work on, you know? Like studying different proportions of faces and figuring out how to simplify those proportions into a style. Like that is the process of building those things. And I'm certainly not good at it. When I'm just drawing a quick human, they are schematic as heck. Like they are so like fundamentally just a very basic representation of a human. I'm not really drawing, I'm just making a schematic image. And I need to work on that, you know? Okay, I am going to copy my little studies here. I only got a couple done. Oh, I just realized I forgot to do a prediction. Oops. I'll try to be better about that this afternoon. Why is it not taking my... Oh, probably because I'm on the wrong layer, as usual. Okay. You go down here, little guy. You go down here. So I have some little studies I've done here today. Not too many, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to take a little screenshot, post it in the art gym, and then we will look at anything below the screenshot is what we will see. Oops. Oops, I broke it. Hold on. Is what we will see tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to be doing uniforms, or at least I'm going to be doing uniforms. You guys do what you want, as always, but I would like to draw uniforms because I need to get better at costumes, because I need to get better at characters. I don't practice clothing enough. I don't practice thinking about that stuff enough, and because I don't practice it enough, I don't have a visual library in my brain. I don't have like a ton of like a creative bank account to draw from when I'm going to do imaginative work. And so that's kind of the whole point of studying things you're not familiar with, is so that you can expand your visual library, right? So you can expand your creative bank account. And that way, when you go to make imaginative work, you're going to be able to pull, like maybe you want to pull these colors or these shapes in that shield on the back. I think that's pretty cool. You know, maybe you want to pull like the leg structure, of a grasshopper for your next creature design. Like the more you study, the more you're going to be able to fill that creative bank account. So I am going to drop my little study in here, mine from today, and that's going to be where we start tomorrow. If you ever want to know like where to find the stream schedule, you can go right here. It's in the stream event section, a couple up from the art gym. Click there. I try to keep this posted and keep to it as closely as I can. That way you can see what's coming up. We're doing uniforms tomorrow, so obviously it's not bugs. But we're going to go back to bugs and draw some praying mantises on Wednesday, because I've never studied those either, and I think they're very cool too. So yeah, we'll be doing uniforms tomorrow, praying mantises on Wednesday, and then Monday will be wing studies, because we haven't done a wing study in a while, and I think that'll be really fun. But I always do my art gym at 9 a.m. Mountain Time until about this time, 11 or 11:30 Mountain Time. So if anybody wants to help with the push, just try to show up as early as you can. Or, you know, show up whenever, obviously. But if you're able to get there at the start of stream, it really helps a lot balancing the numbers, especially if we don't get big raids, or if we don't get any raids till the end. It can kind of help me like try to ensure anyway that we hit the numbers we need to be able to apply for partner next week. So we're getting really close to being able to apply. I really appreciate everybody helping with that and spreading the word and, liking things on social media and all that stuff. I will be back this afternoon at 4 p.m. So you can see I do 4 p.m. streams on Mondays and Wednesdays. So this afternoon I'll be back probably working on a project, probably have some community puzzles or something going on. And again, you can always check in the Discord to see that schedule. So thank you for hanging out. Please don't go anywhere just yet. We want to secure those numbers for the end of stream so that when we raid out, it counts everybody who's here. So thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to go find us a raid target, but if your name is showing up here in the in the credits, Moose, thank you for being here. Thank you to the new follows. I really appreciate that. Thank you to the subscribers and the resubscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you to the mods. Mods, I really appreciate your help. And of course to our raids from Nerduino and Dally. Super appreciate you all. We have a raid call there in the chat. Thank you, Pyro. If you have a sub, you can use the one I just posted. If you don't have a sub, copy the one with emojis. That one should work for you. And we are going to go say hi to another streamer. Somebody else doing some art. And let's see. Let me click the following thing to make sure I raid somebody that I know. And we're going to look for somebody, hopefully, that we haven't rated in a while. Ooh! Okay, we haven't rated this person in a while, but I really like what they're doing today, and it's something that I really want to do, so we might go there. Let me scroll a little bit further and just see if there's anybody we can do a return raid for. Oh man, there's 2 people I want to raid. Shoot. It's tricky. It's tricky, you guys. It's tricky. Alright. Oh man, this is the hard thing about when you start meeting a lot of people on Twitch. It's like, shoot, I know there's so many people I want to go visit. Okay, let's actually go say hi. Let me just scroll all the way down, just make sure I don't miss anybody. Wait, did they rate us? I've been trying to keep track, and it's very hard. Oh, shoot. There's like 4 people on. Okay. You know what? Let's go say hi to this friend. They have been lurking a lot. They've been really supportive, and we haven't rated them in a long time. So let's go say hi to an animator. We're gonna go watch an animation stream. They are working on K-pop Demon Hunters art stream. I've never seen this show. I've heard of it. But let's go say hi to Bots and Magic. Okay, well, let's go say hi to Bots and Magic. I will say sometimes bots they might be a little less family friendly, but it's okay. Just lower the volume. Some of you are lurking and probably already have your volume lowered. But I always like watching animators work. And if you want to meet some more animators on Twitch, stick it out through the raid. And please stay through the raid if you're able to, because it does help with those numbers. And I super appreciate you guys being here. So I'll be back this afternoon at 4 p.m. And I really appreciate everybody. If you're able to come back, feel free. I'll still be around. If you're not able to come back, that's okay. Thank you, Amaze, for posting my socials on my Discord. That's where you can find me. And hopefully, if I don't see you this afternoon, hopefully I'll see you another time. But yeah, you guys are awesome. The push is getting close to the end, and I'm looking forward to never looking at the numbers again. But until then, thank you for helping me hit those required numbers. And I will let you know in the Discord. Dang, you stream twice. I'm going as if you didn't know. Yes, I stream twice a day on Mondays and Wednesdays, guys. But yeah, 9 a.m. Mountain Time for Art Gym, 4 p.m. Mountain Time for the afternoon streams on Mondays and Wednesdays. So anyway, let's go over to Bots and say hi. I will see you over there. Looks like, oh, Bots just had a cute little VTuber change. Let's go say hi and see